Getting out on a Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. You all right, Carey?
I don't know what the hell just happened before we came on the air.
What?
You're good.
Between you two?
What happened? What?
I don't know what he said. I don't know what you said.
You heard me, I think.
I heard you.
Yeah.
I heard him.
We cool?
And
We're good.
I'm here.
God bless.
God bless you too. And God bless America.
Yeah. All right.
America.
All right. It's the Fast Lane. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter, 203. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Cardinals pitching absolutely falling apart now, boys.
What do you mean?
Absolutely falling apart. Well, I got some numbers for you. I mean, you've got eyes, but here's your
I
numbers.
even have my glasses on.
Yeah, you're good to go.
And my headphones
And
in.
your headphones in. So Andre Palante struggled mightily last night. He allowed 7 earned runs on 8 hits in 6 innings of work. Over the past turn through the rotation, so since July 4th, the Cardinals starters have allowed 22 earned runs in just 23 and a third innings. I'll say that again.
Say that one more time.
Since July 4th, so everybody last turn through the starting rotation.
So 6 days ago.
The Cardinals starters have allowed 22 earned runs in just 23 and a third innings.
Anthony, that's almost a run per inning.
That's
Exactly.
good. That's good.
No.
Like when you're getting a run per inning, that's wonderful.
No, you think of offense.
Okay.
We haven't had much of that either.
This is the pitching, and you might also be thinking, hey, like a strikeout per 9. Great.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a run per 9. Or in this case,
Hey, no
23
crooked
2/3.
numbers, right?
Oh, there's been plenty of those.
ERA of 8.48.
What's wrong with that?
Cardinal starters have averaged fewer than 5 innings per start.
That's
That's
rough.
There's that. I know people complain that we're a little negative here in the Fast Lane, but you read those numbers and I don't know where you get positive here.
Well, now you said Cardinals are averaging how many innings? 5 and a third?
The starters?
Yeah.
Fewer than 5.
Well, Palante went 6. You can start there. That's
Nice,
a
good.
positive. You didn't burn up your bullpen. Now, in those 6, he gave up 7 earned runs, 8 hits. But that's the negative, and we're going to look at the positive. He went 6 innings, and the starters had not been going 6 or 5.
Yeah, good call, Gary. Yeah,
They
absolutely.
gotta Find the positive in everything.
Well, the game started at what, 6:45?
Yeah, no rain delay last night.
Yeah, it was pretty much over at 6:50.
Oh.
6:53, I believe.
Was it 6:53?
I clocked in there, and I was like, oh, this is great.
Well,
You guys really thought it was not with the way the Cardinals have been playing this season?
3 runs in the first inning.
They
That's
faced
not
a
bad.
lefty yesterday.
We'll get to that in a second, or next segment. Palante felt as though that his new sweeper pitch wasn't really working, so he decided to stick with the more familiar pitches. Now, he didn't register any swings and misses on his fastballs.
I think he only had 1 swing and miss for the whole game.
Total.
Well, Anthony, on the flip side, we are a staff that pitches to contact, so he's actually doing his job.
I don't think it's pitched to hard contact.
I don't have any control over how hard they hit the damn ball, Anthony. I just pitch to
kinda
contact. I just pitch it, and they're
was it?
supposed to hit it. That's my label, pitch to contact.
Rosario. I watched that pitch he laid in to Rosario. The moment he touched the ball, the camera couldn't find the ball. It was gone that fast.
Where'd it go?
Bam. And like Palante, even like his eyes were like, he just knew. He was serving those up all game. Like those ones that he throws that are just below the strike zone, the sinker, like the things that the change up, the stuff. They were starting above the strike zone and falling
perfectly
into the
right
strike
into
zone.
Rooster High.
Yes.
Dead middle Rooster High.
That's where you want it if you're swinging.
Yeah, the Rosario home run is when you're an outfielder and you don't want to embarrass the pitcher, so you give a
Half-hearted effort.
half-hearted. Oh no, I don't know if I want to get that one. As opposed to just staring at the pitcher, never turning around.
Yeah, knowing full well this is not coming back.
Yeah. So yeah, not great. Cardinals pitching falling apart ahead of the
I knew this was
All-Star
coming.
break.
Jamie was saying Palante was a part of our future the other day. Palante, socks. Okay. His last couple of starts up until yesterday were good. They're fine. They were a number 5 in your rotation start. Last night was terrible.
Yeah.
That's Yeah, number 5 pitcher. That's great when you have a 3 and a 4.
Or if you got 3 or 4 number 5 pitchers.
Which, I mean, that would be nice right now. Because the Cardinals
number
have
5? I mean, Albert Pujols
6
was
or
amazing.
7,
If you had
maybe an
number
8.
5 on this roster, you'd probably win more games.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was good.
Guys, this team is not fun to watch anymore.
No.
They're not. They're not fun to watch. They were like a couple weeks ago, but not anymore. I don't like watching this team play anymore.
When did it turn for you? Like, I have an idea, but like, when did it really turn? Because you can say Michaelis and Fedde, and hey, that would make sense. But was it the 0.0 runs that you didn't score in Pittsburgh?
I think that probably started it.
For me, it was that.
Yeah. Well, that was coming off of the Cleveland series,
Yeah,
right?
you swept Cleveland in Cleveland.
And then you didn't score a run.
Like, oh, Pittsburgh, cool. Maybe you
Against
got
the
to take
Pirates.
2 of 3. Got swept. No runs. Then you went to Chicago. Fortunate enough to get a dub out of the Cubs series because your offense rallied in the Michaelis start. Other than that, things haven't been good. You sweep Cleveland. Things have sucked since then.
Yeah, it's not been good.
Well, you know what? It's a new game, another night. Got an opportunity to go tonight.
I don't want to hear your crap right now because you got Michaelis on the hill.
I'm trying to be positive. We were told yesterday this is the most negative show, and I am trying to speak positivity.
Wow.
I did it for a whole segment one time and didn't get paid for it, but
You promised. Well, here's some positivity. The Cardinals are 49-44. All right, so you're 5 games above 500. You do have a .527 win percentage. All right, you're only 5.5 games back, and you got a plus run differential. Okay, you're plus 11.
Yeah, you were like plus 40 a few weeks ago.
You're good.
Okay.
Plus 11.
Why do you mean so negative?
I've actually been the positive one. I told you that Palante went 6.
He's trying to
That's true.
gaslight us right now.
I told you that tonight is another opportunity. Last night, you wiped that one, and you got another one tonight. It's 1 of 162, fellas. Don't worry about it.
It's basically
You got a chance to win the series.
That's what Splashback just said. 1 out of 162.
There you go.
I think the problem is that it has been 2 out of 10. No.
Here's the thing. Carey was right. This team is the epitome of a roller coaster. You look earlier in this month, Cardinals lose 6 games in a row. They lost to the Dodgers, swept by the Blue Jays, lost the first 2 of 4 against the Brewers, squeaked out a win in that series. But then they went on to sweep the White Sox, took 2 of 3 against the Reds. You know, you got 2 big wins against the Cubs. Then you lose 2, but then you sweep the Guardians. And now we're kind of back. So after the All-Star break, we should expect this team to rattle off 6 wins in a row.
I like it, man. I like it.
Right? That's kind of the trajectory they're on.
Yes, absolutely. Got a couple of really good comments, too, from the Snake Pit. Zeus says at Fastlane, you all speak the truth. It's not your fault if people take it as a negative.
Have we seen John yet?
Nope.
John,
It's early.
come back.
Doobie-doo, says Anthony, was red seat night at Busch Stadium last night. I think that's great. Hey,
I don't
dress up as your favorite red seat.
I don't think that's what he meant.
I thought it was red T-shirt giveaway night because I saw all that red in the crowd.
Probably, Jamie.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Those are empty seats, fellas.
What?
No, not a Bush.
Nah.
No chance.
I don't believe you. Don't believe you at all.
What reason does this team give the fans to go to the games?
John's here. John Scores is here. Yes.
We were worried about you,
John, we were worried about you. We were walking out of the studio yesterday.
Nice.
Guys and I, we were talking, and Carey said, "Hey, did we ever see John come back after you?
He's packing
After you
his
tried
bag.
to trade him?"
Did the trade go through? Are we
No.
giving him a standing ovation?
he,
A former Snake Pit
First
member?
of all,
He
Rand.
enforced his no trade clause.
He did.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, Ranthony traded him. He has no autonomy here to make trades.
Anthony?
Ranthony does. Yeah. I apologize to John.
Yeah.
Immediately after you traded him.
I didn't
You said,
trade
John,
him.
I would trade your ass
You
for
did.
starting pitching.
Then you backed it up.
I didn't trade him outright.
You traded him with another player?
Got you an outfield.
You got a real Smeagol Gollum thing going on right now.
Oh, man.
Two different people inside one body.
Yeah.
What? I've seen that movie.
Nope, Jamie, you're thinking of something else.
Huh?
John says, take more than Anthony. Absolutely, John. Yeah. John's a gamer. We knew he'd be back. No doubt about it. All right. Hey, Carey, I got a segment for you that I think you're going to enjoy. So after last night's game, after the Cardinals struggled yet again against a left-hander, and after we had basically the dumping on Marsh and BK for the Harrison Bader idea, I put my brain to work, looked at some numbers. And while numbers don't lie, they can deceive. Tell you why next on 101 ESPN.
My buddy Derek Stevens created the Circa Las Vegas casino, and when he had this idea, he wanted the world's largest sports book in his casino. Well, he did that. And now the world's largest sports book is in the palm of your hand. That's right. Circa Sports Illinois, the app. Check out the website or the app store. Download it. It's extremely user-friendly. They've got great lines on all their futures, bets, tight money line splits, and as always, the best odds of any app that is out there. Check it out. Double check. I promise you they are the best out there. And they have the biggest payouts because of that, and they've got high betting limits, and they also have the ability to take care of what you're doing for the contests that are available. So if you register in person at any of these sports books in Nevada, the Circa Sportsbook, that is, you got the Circa Million, Circa Survivor. You got to get there, register. It's $20 million guaranteed prize money for that. But after you register, you can use the app and you'll set up all your week-to-week plays for these contests. It really is an awesome thing. So please don't miss out on any of that action. Download the app, bet like a pro with your Circa Sports Illinois app today and join in on all the excitement. If you or someone you know may have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
All right, so after watching Mackenzie Gore just dump all over the Cardinals hitters last night, I decided to kind of revisit some of the team's issues against lefties.
What issues?
They can't hit lefties.
I got 5 hits last night.
That's true. Yeah. So,
Okay.
What the hell's wrong with you? Come on, man.
You told me to bring it. You didn't tell me what to bring.
I didn't.
But I did. I am
I
bringing
certainly
it.
didn't tell you
I'm
to
bringing
lie.
the positivity. That's what the hell I'm bringing. They got 5 hits. Man, you got to hit when the timing is right, but you got 5 hits.
gentlemen,
Not terrible.
yesterday we had the conversation coming off the BK tweet about Harrison Bader, right? Why not add Harrison Bader? Carey, Jamie, me, we all said, nah, no thank you. Marshy got pissed.
He was mad.
Marshy's like, well, fine, just continue to suck against lefties then, right?
How'd that work out last night?
Not well.
Got 5 hits.
They have struggled against lefties, all right? The numbers don't lie, but they can be deceiving. Here's what I mean by that. Do you know left-handers they face this year? Let's run down the list.
Okay.
Skubal from the Tigers.
Pretty good.
Best pitcher in Major League Baseball, if not, at
depends who you ask.
At least the best pitcher in the American League, if not the best pitcher in all of baseball. Now, you can use any metric you want. I happen to use fielding independent percentage, but it reads it reads like ERA.
Okay.
Any guesses where Tarek Skubal, who you faced on May 20th, where he ranks in terms of FIP?
Like league-wide?
League-wide.
Number
For lefties.
Top 5.
For lefties.
3.
4.
Number 1.
Yeah, I went the wrong way.
Skubal is the top left-hander when it comes to fielding independent percentage. No surprise there. Jesus Luzardo, you faced him on May 14th. Any idea where he ranks? FIP. Again, same deal. Lefties.
Let's go 5.
Jamie?
What is the category?
FIP.
For who?
Jesus Luzardo.
I wasn't paying
Phillies.
attention.
That's okay. You're up to speed now.
Yeah, 6th.
Third.
Screw you, Carey.
Christopher Sanchez. You faced him on May 12th and April 12th. Faced him twice. Where does he rank?
7th.
6th.
Fifth. Mackenzie Gore. Saw him last night. You also saw him on May 11th. Any idea where he ranks?
4th.
I can't say 3rd. 7th.
Sixth.
I'm close.
You were closer.
Framber Valdez, who you actually took behind the woodshed when you faced him on April 14th. Framber Valdez of the Astros. Where does he rank?
8.
2nd.
8. Matthew Boyd. You faced him twice.
Oh, Boydie. Yeah,
Oh, he might be
he might be
2.
first.
No, he can't be 1.
Oh, no.
2.
9.
10th.
It's going the wrong way.
All these guys, 1.86 FIP, 2.68 FIP, 2.75 FIP, 2.91 FIP, 3.16 FIP, 3.3 FIP. All those guys rank in the top 10. This doesn't include even a Sean Newcomb, who is mostly a reliever, but he started against you on April 6th when they went to Fenway. He's got a 3.38 FIP. David Peterson, who you faced, he's got a 3.51 FIP. Kikuchi for the Angels, 3.86 FIP.
So our guy BK just sent something here to you and me, a text message. He said, prior to Herrera's latest injury, this was a slash line. 247, 331, 377, 704 OPS. They were 10th in Major League Baseball. Since Herrera's injury, slash line, 178, 226, and looks like 200. 486 OPS, 30th
Against
Major League.
lefties?
Yes.
Okay. My point is, you faced a handful of the best left-handers in the league. When you didn't face some of the best lefties, you averaged against those pitchers, you averaged about 2 runs per game against those pitchers. When you faced some of the worst lefties, you averaged almost 3 runs per game. So I don't think adding Harrison Bader necessarily fixes your issue. You have struggled against lefties, but you have struggled against the top left-handers in the league. So I do think that there's context that need to come in here. You haven't struggled across the board against lefties. You have struggled against the top dogs. So this is a case I feel like where numbers don't lie, but numbers can be deceiving.
Maybe those numbers are a little inflated because they face the Cardinals.
Oh, come on.
Stat padding.
Jose Quintana, by the way, has got a 4.36 FIP, and you faced him twice. So that would fall more into the slightly below average range. Everybody else has been outstanding.
So they just keep running it out? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is I don't know if you need to give up an asset to get somebody that can hit lefties, seeing as how it's just one player. And I don't think this is a massive issue.
What about bullpen lefties?
Bullpen lefties, I don't know. Obviously, I just went with the starters because those are the ones that you're going to face the majority. You're going to get at least more times than not. You're going to get at least 2 at bats. So I just went with the starters in that case. But again, I think it paints a broader picture of who are you facing? Are you struggling against lefties or are you struggling against those left-handers?
Right.
My main point is you need pitching. So,
and you need
get
to be
Bader,
healthy.
don't get Bader, doesn't really matter.
Get Herrera back healthy.
That's probably
That
to
helps.
BK's point in the text message. That probably matters more than anything. Is getting Ivan Herrera back. And I know BK has brought up getting Herrera back, getting Arenado back healthy full time. I know he came back last night, but it's a situation where it's a small issue, but one that I don't know if it's gonna matter much. The analogy I use with BK is you face the sink is shipping, but you replace one light bulb in the captain's quarters.
I think it make a difference.
For that captain's quarter, it absolutely
You got to
would.
be able to see.
Yeah.
I mean, so he can at least try to save the ship.
I would agree.
He can at least see when he's going down with the ship.
You got to be able to see that.
Yeah. All right. Makes sense. Marsh, do you feel better about the whole situation?
No.
Or do you feel worse?
No, because they still can't hit lefties.
Okay.
They're not hitting the best lefties, is what Anthony's saying.
Yeah.
Any lefties.
They're not hitting. They're not
What
hitting.
Anthony's
Okay,
saying,
so, but
is
you-
the Cardinals
either
face-
way, though,
you
you're
face
not-
mostly top left-handers.
Either way, when you do face those top left-handers, like you're not doing damage, and
Not a lot of people are.
that is fair. But at the same time, if you're not going to do anything to correct it, then I'm not going to take you seriously as a playoff team.
Well,
So if they add Harrison Bader, you feel
I feel better, but I still, this team has too many holes right now to make me feel good about them being a playoff team. They have too many
Issues
They
to
have too many
address.
issues. They have too many issues.
Yeah.
Not holes, of course.
many holes to fill.
issues.
No, they have issues.
I feel like they got enough players for that.
They have too many issues. Issues is the word. Leave it at that.
Brandon says, "I love to see how the Cardinals have hit against blank lefties."
how
Like I said
many
before,
lefties have they
they're hitting-
faced? How many starting pitchers? Because what are we talking?
Well, the
20
majority
games?
you have faced. What I'm saying is the majority of the guys you have faced have a fit below 4.
Right,
So
right.
34.
34. I mean, what's their record?
What is their record in that? I do not see
We don't
what
have
the
the record
what the
is.
record is, but it looks like versus left-handed starters, their splits. They are batting .241, an OBP of .309, a slug of .365, and an OPS of .673.
So for me, I like the addition of Tommy Pham last year. We can't hit lefties. Like he played 6 games maybe against left. Like I don't think it's that big of a deal, in my opinion, to go out and add a bat to say we have to correct this. 34 starting left-handed pitchers to this season. I wouldn't feel like that's something I have to add a bat for because it's that much of a necessity.
Right.
You just got to be better at what you're already doing. Figure the fast lane out. And hopefully when Herrera comes back healthy, the second time he's been on the IL, this stint has been a little bit longer than the first one. He has to figure out a way to stay healthy. He's not behind the plate every single day. He has to figure that out because the team needs him. We saw this last year, the same thing with Wilson Contreras, often out, broken arm, things dealing with injuries hindered his season last year. So I don't think it's that big of a deal to go out and say Harrison Bader is the thing that's going to solve this issue. No, it's not.
No, and then BK wasn't saying that. He was just saying it could help.
I don't know that a right-handed bat is going to solve anything because unless that right-handed bat is also a pitcher.
Why are you yelling at me? That's my take. I agree.
Because what the hell does it matter? Are you going to score 9 and give up 15?
Well, you and I are on the same page on this.
Why does this continue to be an either-or thing?
Because you think they're going to do both? Like
I don't want to give up any asset for something that's not going to matter much. That's my take.
It's an either-or thing, in my opinion, because they did last year. They went out and they did last year. They got a pitcher and they got a batter. And that worked out swell.
For the Dodgers.
Well, yeah, they gave up a batter. But they got a pitcher and a batter.
What if they did the same thing, except for they got a better pitcher and a better batter?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that would be good.
Man.
What are you giving up? What are you giving up for that?
Nothing.
Because you gave up Tommy Edman for a not great pitcher and a not so great.
You gave up a hurt Tommy Edman.
You did. You gave up a hurt Tommy Edman for a guy that pitched well for 2 months.
He was hurt when he was in the series.
Maybe 3 months.
He didn't look hurt in the NLCS.
I don't bemoan the Cardinals for moving on from an asset they had a ton over. I really don't. I'm not going to sit here and complain that Tommy Edman was part of that deal. But I complained at the time about Erick Fedde. Because I think he was a wolf in sheep's clothing, or sheep in wolf's clothing.
Man, you learn about that when you're young too.
He faked some people out.
Who did?
Fedde.
Oh yeah.
Nah,
We all knew.
he's doing his job.
What job is that?
He's pitching every 5th day, Anthony.
Okay.
Now, what you could do, which is crazy, of course, is you have Fermin on your rosters.
He can't pitch.
No. I'm talking about the hitting. Is if you know you're going to be running into, let's say, 2 lefties in a 3-game series, why on earth wouldn't you just call Lukenbaker up?
Sure.
He's really good against left-handed pitching.
You do
Instead,
that too.
you're not. You're not trying to counter it at all. No matter how good the pitchers are, how awesome they are, you're not trying to counter it,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yep.
You're not even trying.
I hear you. All right. We're going to play a lineup game.
When does hockey season start? When does football season start?
Yeah, now we're talking.
Jeez.
Lineup game next time on ESPN.
Cheap, fun.
Let's get dirty over at Dirt Cheap. So many amazing deals going on right now. One thing I tell you about their drink of the month is called the Cluck Bomb. Get in there, talk to the representatives, ask them, hey, what do I get? What do I need for one of those things? They'll help you out with that for sure. Also, new locations to talk about too. Fredericktown, Washington, Hillsborough, and Wentzville. So more locations to visit and check things out. Also, make sure you download the Dirt Cheap Rewards app. You start saving immediately, and then you can also place a pickup or delivery order. There's also a bourbon club, that I'm a part of. I love that. You get a little bit of an idea of when the bourbons are coming out, maybe some of the raffles and things like that. And, of course, they've got everything you need for your weekend fun, holiday fun, birthday fun, you name it, they've got you covered. They are your one-stop party shop. You're going to want to make sure you visit my friends over at Dirt Cheap. When you do, tell them that Jamie Rivers sent you in. They got a lot of great things going on right now for the summer. So many savings available. So please get by there and check things out. If not, check them out at cheapcheapfunfun.com. Again, that's cheapcheapfunfun.com. Remember to have fun, but please be careful out there.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Cardinals fall to the Nationals last night, but they have a chance to win the series today with Miles Mikolas on the mound going up against Michael Soroka. First pitch tonight is at 6:45. The lineup is out, which means we are going to play the lineup game next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Time to play the lineup game as the Cardinals get ready to take on the Washington Nationals tonight in a situation where the Cardinals can win the series, boys. Yeah. Guys excited?
Yeah,
Always. Miles Mikolas on the hill tonight.
Oh, Miles.
Versus Michael Soroka, who's a right-hander.
Oh, boy, we have a chance.
Purposes. Right-hander. Yep. CD, would you like to get us started?
Sure. Show us. Brendan Donovan.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
Did you cut that one short? Is that a shorter version?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. It just felt shorter. Sorry, guys. Wow, I won't talk. Go ahead, Jamie.
Vibrant.
How does it feel ordinarily?
Hair.
It feels
Longer?
The audio clip typically feels like it could go on for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Look at that guy. Vibrant, handsome, hair.
No, my bad. Yeah, that's my fault.
Show us.
Holy smokes.
Mason Wynn.
Duncan! Bring me that arm!
All right. Everybody good with Alec Burleson here?
Yep.
Sure.
Show us Alec Burleson.
I thought I told you I'm a star.
You're already acting like you're a star and we haven't even opened yet!
Wilson Contreras. Everyone?
Yes.
Show us Wilson Contreras.
You don't know how to play first base. It's not that hard. Tell him, Wash.
It's incredibly hard.
Hey, anything worth doing is.
All right, where are we going here? Is this Gorman, you think? Or Newt?
I don't think it's Newt.
I'd like to think righty, left bat, Gorman. That's what I'd like to think.
I would go Gorman.
What do you think?
You don't think it's Newt? I'll go Newt.
Both of us already said Gorman. Why would you go Newt?
To be on the contrary.
Yeah.
Because you guys both think it's Gorman and it's a 50-50 shot. Worked the other night with the Twins.
Oh, God. Oh, did it ever?
And it would have worked had I done it with the Brewers. Go for it. You guys outruled me.
Show us Nolan Gorman.
You are so wrong.
Go ahead. Fancy pants.
You know everything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow. Show us Lars Taylor Tatsui Newbar.
International superstar!
The fade.
Watch out,
The fade is coming back.
Oh, he's calling his shots now. This guy. All right. Is this Gorman?
You don't want two
No, it's
lefties
Arenado.
back to back.
It's ready on the bump, though.
It's
I
Arenado.
think this is Arenado.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Gary.
Show us. Nolan Arenado.
A lot of people think you get in your mid-30s and your career's over, but like I always say, until they stop scouting, I ain't going to stop playing.
So this is Gorman.
This would be Gorman.
Yes.
Show us Gorman.
Swing Serenade is brought to you by Gorman's.
Dingers! Hang me a curve and I will hit! Dingers!
Pedro Pajes.
Your guy, Carey.
Show us Pedro Pajes.
Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Oh, it's Pozo.
the Posinator.
I guess so.
Got to be Pozo.
Yeah. Go
Show
ahead.
us Pozo.
bozo.
Where did this come from?
In an investigation, details matter.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Show us Victor Scott.
Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
All right, run it, Marsh.
All right, leading off, second baseman Brendan Donovan. Batting second, the shortstop, Mason Wynn. Batting third in right field, Alec Burleson. Your cleanup hitter, first baseman, Wilson Contreras. Batting fifth in left field, Lars Nootbaar. Batting sixth, third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Batting seventh, the DH, Nolan Gorman. Batting eighth and catching, Joel Pozzo. And batting ninth in center field, Victor Scott the second.
Back. Stay fair! Go fair!
I don't believe what I just saw.
Home run.
All right, so we all have the same stats as yesterday.
Yeah. Give me Alec Burleson, please.
I'll take Nolan Gorman, please.
You know what, Marshy? Why don't you go ahead and give me Wilson Contreras, please?
I'm going to go with Brendan Donovan.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. Nice work. Nice work to Marsh, who's got what's trending for us next on 101 ESPN. Happy Miles Michaelis' starting night. Might as well head over to Underdog Fantasy to start to load up. Underdog's Champions game is outstanding. One of the fastest growing sports game apps that you'll find. You can play now right here in our state of Missouri. It's simple, fast, built for fans who want to test their sports knowledge in real time. In fact, their app has over 100,000 five-star reviews and millions of users. People are playing everywhere. They're winning big. Here's how it works. Just go to Underdog. After you download the app, and I got a special offer for you here in a second, but after you download the Underdog app, just pick a player, decide whether or not they're going to go higher or lower on stats like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and more. So load up on a couple of Nationals hitters, and maybe you go lower on the Miles Michaelis strikeout totals for tonight. Maybe you go higher on a James Wood total bases. How you want to play is up to you. Throw in some Cardinals offensive players as well. Maybe some Wilson Contreras higher than his total base number. If your entry is correct, you can win up to 1,000 times your money. That means you can turn a single dollar into 1,000 just by getting a few picks right. So download the Underdog app, sign up with my promo code Anthony to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit at Underdog Fantasy. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Jump on it tonight before first pitch of that Cardinals game. Must be 18 plus and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncbgambling.org.
topics in the sports world?
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending? Brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, something happened yesterday that I wanted to talk about, but we did not have time to get to it. We had multiple conversations after the Stanley Cup final of just how those Edmonton Oilers could get better. And we determined that maybe they won't. However, they made a move yesterday that perhaps could make them a better team. And I'm sure, Jamie, you know where I'm going with this, as the Oilers acquired reigning Hobey Baker Award winner Isaac Howard. He was traded Tuesday by the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Howard is projected to play on a line with Connor McDavid. What are your thoughts on the move for the Oilers?
I mean, it's a good move. Why not? If you're the Oilers, you've got to find some young, cost-controlled players because your salary cap has completely exploded over some of the moves you've made in the past. So it's a good move. Playing alongside Connor McDavid certainly doesn't hurt the young man. He still has yet to play in the NHL, so, there's that. You never quite know what you've got. It could be a situation where you have a absolute star player like Matthew Nyes or even Jimmy Snuggerud or some of the guys like that. Or based on the fact that he won the Hobey Baker doesn't mean everything either, because he had Scott Perunovich, who was a player that was of that ilk, and he is still yet to find a secure spot in the NHL. So I think it's a very smart move by the Oilers. I think it was a necessary move.
Now, what about the other player who went back to the Lightning, Sam O'Reilly? Some people have said that there is more upside for him long-term, whereas Howard has more upside short-term.
Yeah, this was a unique trade. It was a hockey trade. A lot like Bolduc and Mailloux, is both teams are getting a good player. Will one player ultimately end up at a higher level than the other? Yeah, it's quite possible. But I don't see anybody losing this trade. I think both teams were in a situation where the players, Howard in particular, I don't think he was going to keep a home with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So they moved him on to the Oilers, who desperately needed a young player like that.
Either one of these guys tough?
Not really.
Then it doesn't matter.
Ooh. Dang.
No damn toughness. No grit. You got no heart. Sorry. Go ahead.
No marbles.
Wow. No marbles.
No marbles. No crystal balls.
No.
Anyways, guys, I came across an article, the top 25 college football teams and their anticipated arch villains. We always talk about, rivalries and every team needs a villain. Well, this article done by the ESPN staff at ESPN.com has one arch villain for every top college football team. And number one team that is on this list is Penn State. Would you like to know who their arch villain is?
For a team?
For a team. Well, it's not a team, so it could be a team or it could be a person or a player.
James Franklin.
That's a good guess, Anthony.
Come on.
It's not him, though.
He's the head coach of that team.
Yeah, but,
Why would he be their arch villain?
He doesn't.
Why would you? What? Come on. He's doing the best he can do.
And I did the best I could by answering the question the way I thought it was going to be written.
Wow.
Jeez.
Sorry. Well, who's your guy? Who do you think?
I saw it already. I know who it is.
Ryan Day?
Ryan Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ryan Day. And we know that James Franklin, who you mentioned, he hired away Ryan Day's defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles. So a little,
So Ryan Day lost both of his coordinators from the Ohio State, because Chip Kelly is now the offense coordinator with the Raiders. The Raiders.
Made Ashton Genty not stand in the backfield like that anymore.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I thought it was a cool stance. I don't think it works, but it worked for him.
It won't work at the highest level, though.
It just depends on it. It probably, him in a normal running back stance will prevent him from taking false steps. That stance, not so much. But it was cool to watch.
Would you like to know who Illinois' arch rival is, Carey?
I saw that too. I have no clue who that is.
What the heck?
I told you I looked at it.
Damn it.
Why did you look at it?
Why wouldn't I look at it?
Because got a show to
It's
do.
what's trending. I didn't know he's going to bring this up.
So
goodness.
Illinois' arch.
Yeah.
Arch rival.
Well, Carey might as well tell you now that he knows.
It's Max Clare.
Max Clare.
Who's that?
Tight end for the Boilermakers.
Oh, yeah?
Illinois had a hell of a game. They had a battle against the old Boilermakers. 50-49 was the final score.
Oh, I remember that.
Purdue, I think, won one or two games last year.
Yeah.
I went down to the wire. I wasn't there for that one. I didn't call that game, but I was paying attention and listening. And when I got out of the car, it was like 21-0 or something like that. 24. I was like, oh, we're good.
Yeah.
I got back in the car. I'm like, whoa, what the hell happened here?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
That was a fairly early season game, right?
Yeah, I think that was like week 4 or 5.
I remember being outside and being like, oh, yeah, this one's, oh, my God, it's not.
I think it had a couple of overtimes. I like I said, I wasn't at the game, but yeah, it was, the score kind of went haywire really quickly.
So Mizzou not on this list. Who would you say is Mizzou's arch rival or arch nemesis, arch villain for this upcoming season? Again, it could be a team, it could be a player or a coach.
Carey? You had a smirk on your face.
You did.
I would go the same route you went with Penn State.
Eli Drinkwitz.
Oh, why is that?
So now it's bad.
Clock management?
I don't know. You gotta figure out a way.
Management.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I said management at the end, Jamie.
Yeah, do they have an actual arch nemesis?
You gotta. I don't know. I don't think so.
Or is it just Mizzou?
I mean, Texas A&M.
Sure.
South Carolina was a tough loss. To lose at South
they got
Carolina.
Sellers to.
Yeah. Lenore Sellers is going to be really good this year.
I agree.
Who is Mizzou's rival in the SEC? Do they even have one?
I mean, I think it's like Arkansas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
Well, did you ask?
No, I know. I'm not crapping on your answer. I'm just saying the fact. No, the fact that
it's not great.
You don't have like a Mizzou Kansas type rivalry anymore.
It should be. I mean, if Kansas obviously was if they played in the same conference, it'd still be Kansas
for sure.
It would be nice if it was Illinois. They played every single year.
We start playing them again next year.
Good.
Yep, but it's not at the Dome. It's home and home.
That's
ridiculous. Okay. It was really. We got smoked every game. Let's say that. But it was a great environment down when we used to play the Dome. Play Mizzou. We got our butts kicked.
So we have a few people from the Air Comfort Service text line texting in. The 314 says Tennessee and Mizzou is getting chippy. The 910 says Tennessee and Heupel. Another texter saying Josh Heupel.
They did have a little back and forth that last year. Did Heupel, was it something with them? Did Heupel say something or? I don't recall. I think so. I don't remember. I don't think Tennessee's going to be good this year.
I just remember Illinois and South Carolina getting into it in the bowl game.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what South Carolina's coach thought he was going to do. Ridiculous. What was it, Shane Bieber? Not Shane.
No, he's a pitcher.
He's a pitcher of the Cleveland Guardians.
What's his name? Shane
Beamer?
Beamer.
Yeah.
Like the car?
Yeah. That was close.
We have one important question before we wrap this up. From the 636, does Anthony know the arch villain of hashtag fire up chips?
This one's a layup. Absolutely. It's Western Michigan. F those Broncos. Go fast lane yourself, Broncos. Yeah, Western Michigan.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the rivalry. Central Western weekend is.
What is a Chippewa?
It is a Native American
tribe. Okay.
Which is prevalent in that Mount Pleasant area.
Gotcha.
Yes. It used to be, I don't know if it's still the case, but Central Michigan is the only team without a mascot in Division One. Well, now, okay. When I went there, it was the only D1 mascot.
We don't have one.
Like no mascot itself or no nickname?
No.
Gotcha.
The Chippewas are the mascot or the nickname, but no mascot.
Gotcha. Because when I was in North Dakota, we didn't even have a name. For a little bit.
Really?
We went through a period when we won the national championship in hockey. We didn't that season. We didn't have a name until the final few weeks of the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then they changed it to Fighting Hawks. And so when they won, it said Fighting Hawks on it. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. I hated it.
Like the athletics of Oakland / San Francisco / Vegas /
Only the other way.
Yeah,
the other way around.
But you didn't have the nickname.
Yeah.
What's y'all are Fighting Hawks now?
Fighting Hawks. I still don't like it. Still don't like it. I actually would rather have no name. I think that's kind of cool. Just North Dakota.
Yeah, something poetic about that.
Yeah.
But still, got to have a nickname. All right. It's Fastline on 101 ESPN. Have the Cardinals found their next star player? Who put this one on there? Who put this topic on this?
I did, Anthony.
Did you?
Did you see what happened yesterday?
I certainly did. Oh. So we're hyping up J.J. McCarthy Weatherholt.
I love my JJs.
Let's do it. Next on 101 ESPN. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. J.J. Weatherholt went 2 for 4 in his AAA debut last night. He had a home run, a triple, and 7 total bases.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
Yeah.
It was a doubleheader for the Redbirds, and in Game 2, he went 1 for 4 with a double and 2 strikeouts. Marsh poses the question, is he the next bona fide star for the Cardinals, or should we just wait and see?
Oh, man.
What do you guys think?
I don't
Declare him a star?
Star is a heavy word.
I don't think you're going to be able to see him.
Well, the media said that he was going to be a star. The fast lane said it.
Why are you setting us up like that, Marsh?
What are you talking about?
I don't think you're going to be able to see him.
That's okay, because you got Brendan Donovan blocking him. I know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You just go now. And you just go now.
Say less. You and you said pay Donovan. Well, I guess JJ's going to be sitting in the minors for a while.
Now we're going to trade him.
There you go. All right. Be a star elsewhere.
That's right.
Won't be a St. Louis star.
No, we're going to get
maybe a
Paul
Seattle
Skeens
star.
for him.
No.
You say that in jest. Is that on the table?
What?
You think that's on the table?
What?
Get him for Paul Skeens?
No, not Paul Skeens.
Do it in a heartbeat.
Let's go. Trading J.J. Weatherholt.
No, you're not.
Why?
You're not going to trade.
Well, I wouldn't do
Why?
it.
You're gonna lock up Brendan Donovan for years.
You act as if there's not other positions to play.
Not.
Have you seen a baseball diamond? There's
Have you
plenty of
seen Lars
positions.
Newbar's statistical category? Tell him, Anthony.
I'm trading Lars, too.
You know about Lars and all the numbers.
Oh, yeah. Listen, Jamie, he's a combination of Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani.
Can't trade that guy.
Can't trade that guy.
He's actually the perfect person to trade.
I'm trading that
I
guy.
agree. For pitching. Preferably young, controllable pitching. Yeah. I don't know what J.J. Weatherholt is outside of a prospect and a human being. That's it.
The baseball player.
He's a good baseball player.
Well, it looks like it, but he just got to AAA, literally. And we're just going to have to wait to see how this plays out. But signing Brendan Donovan and bringing up J.J. Weatherholt a year from now, those two things can absolutely both happen.
You get a call up this September?
No.
Why?
I'd leave him in AAA for a full year.
Why? What if he's cooking?
You seen Jordan Walker?
Jordan Walker didn't have much AAA time.
Exactly.
So he wasn't cooking.
Hey,
if JJ's cooking, let him cook. And let him cook up here. Give him a chance.
No, let
the kids play, Anthony.
Let him dominate AAA first.
I mean, he's going pretty well.
Doing a pretty good job right now. What?
Two games? Really, guys?
One, actually. Well, 2, I guess you're right. Yeah.
One day.
1 day.
2 games.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
We have no idea what J.J. Weatherholt is.
Why do you not want him to do well? It's almost
why would you phrase
because he
it that
wants
way?
to re-sign Donovan to an extension.
It's almost like you're wanting to
place
will him into failure, which is weird.
You just want him to sit down in the minors.
What?
I want him to develop in the minors, and then when he comes up, he never goes back.
Oh, okay.
Unlike some. Actually, a lot of guys have done that. Not just Jordan Walker. A lot of guys have come up and then have to go right back down.
It happens.
You know the Cardinals haven't had outside of the J.J. Weatherholt pick, they haven't drafted in the top 10 since 98.
That's impressive.
Who was their 98 pick?
J.D. Drew.
Ooh, not a bad pick. Worked out pretty good.
Drew. How about that?
And before that, it was in 96. Do you want to know who they drafted?
They drafted, of course, it was...
Put my hand over it so Carey doesn't look.
I can't see it. I mean, I could
it
if
a
you moved
pitcher?
your hand.
Yes, it was a pitcher.
Okay. 96?
96.
Who could it have been in 96?
You want a hint?
Yes,
Yeah,
Out of Wichita.
I didn't know.
The Shockers.
Well,
You don't know any other damn college nickname.
yes, he does.
I do.
He knows that one, don't you?
Well, Ashley's from Wichita.
Okay.
Yeah. For sake of time, what are the initials?
BL.
Braden Looper.
Braden Looper.
Oh, I thought it was Brad Looper. Well, I don't know.
That's Brad Thompson.
Yeah, I know that.
This chair is really squeaky.
Yeah. All right. Well, Marsh, do you think he's already going to be a star?
I do.
Okay.
I really do.
You wouldn't trade him for pitching?
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I think that he is going to bring an element to this team that they haven't had in a while. I really do. And they need it. They need a star player. The only thing that not that you can't be a star as like a middle infielder, because obviously there are stars, but typically you would want those guys to be either in like the outfield or in the corners or something like that. But like there's plenty of stars in Major League Baseball that are up the middle. But do you want that star to have like a ton of power? I don't know how much power he has in terms of hitting like 30 to 40 home runs a year.
Right.
Is that what you're ultimately looking for out of your star player?
I think typically star players hit home runs. Yes. I think just finding guys that can play the game of baseball, are well-rounded, like they've done with Mason Wynn and Brandon Donovan. I think that carries just as much weight. But Aaron Judge is a superstar. He hits home runs. Ohtani's a superstar. He hits home runs.
It'd be nice to have a guy like that in your lineup. Not to the level. Kyle Raleigh, somebody that can hit you. Yeah, when's the last time we had 40 home runs?
40?
Yeah. Cal's almost got that at the break. So, yeah, I don't think I'm asking for too
40
much.
ding-dong Johnsons?
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Albert.
Did Goldie get there?
No.
Well, he had 34 or 35 at one point. Didn't Arenado have 34?
He may have reached that. I can't tell you the last guy at 40.
I believe it was Albert in 2005.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. 2009. He had 47.
Still been a while.
47.
15 years?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Been a while. 16 years. Is that right?
He had 40. Yeah, he had 42 in 2010.
Wow.
So he had 47, 42, and then he had 37 his final year in St. Louis.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Should fix
Very
that.
long time.
That guy's a Hall of Famer.
Yes, correct.
I don't know if you got any of those on your roster right now.
What?
You got one.
Who?
Nolan Arenado's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
He's a Hall of Famer. Hey.
We'll see.
He ain't hitting 40 ding-dong Johnsons.
He's a half.
Jamie's willing to put Joe Flacco in Canton, but not willing to put Arenado in Cooperstown.
He's got to earn it, man. He's not 43 playing still,
Oh, my gosh.
It's fair. All right, we have your shot to score a pair of 4-day passes for Major League Pickleball, sponsored by Stella Artois, next Thursday, July 17th through next Sunday, July 20th at Chaffetz Arena, hosted by the hometown St. Louis Shock. This event will be the largest indoor pro pickleball event ever. 101 listeners can also get a special discount on single-day and 4-day tickets by using the code WXOS. You can find all the details and a bonus chance to win free tickets for Major League Pickleball at 101ESPN.com or your 101 ESPN mobile app. Here is your trivia question. In the first segment of our show, there was one of us who decided to be positive. Who was the most positive host the first segment of today's show?
Tough question.
Who was the most positive host? Even said it. I'm trying to be positive. Who was that Fastlane host?
Huh?
Who's that Fastlane host?
The Fastlane.
Oh, I
That's
think
what
so.
we're on.
Who's that?
That's our show.
Yeah, I thought you meant it the other way.
No.
Who is
I
that
would've said,
Fastlane?
I do see the confusion.
which Fastlane host was being Fastlane positive today about the Cardinals?
All right.
All right. Yeah. Text in 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. If you have the correct answer to that question and you're the 101st texter, you'll get the 4-day passes for Major League Pickleball. Did the Blues actually lose goal scoring this offseason? Jamie will break it down next on 101 ESPN.
All right, I'm going to tell you about an investment opportunity that is not the ordinary kind. It's farmland. That's right. Right now, very wealthy people are investing in farmland. People like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, they invest in U.S. farmland. And there is a reason. The reason is you get steady returns, long-term growth, and real stability. So when the market is all over the place, and we know that, you open up the market in the morning, you're stressed out, trying to find out what your stocks are, where things are. Are they up? Are they down? Don't worry about that. Invest in farmland. Steady all the time. You get a nice little return on investment every year, and the farmland appreciates too. It's a slow burn, and that's the way we like it. And for 14 years, AgVest has helped leading financial institutions manage over $900 million in farmland deals, and they're licensed in 10 states. Also, if you own farmland, AgVest can help maximize its value with full-service management, from sourcing and diligence to rent and tenant selection. So, listen, it's new. I know this. Never thought you'd invest in farmland. But if you want more information, please call my guy, Chris Bronner at AgVest. He's the founder. His number, 618-520-7022, 618-520-7022, or you can always visit agvestadvisors.com. That's agvestadvisors.com. Remember, buy land. They're not making it anymore.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, James Rivers, Anthony Stalter. Do the Blues actually lose goal scoring this offseason?
Well, Anthony, they traded Zach Bolduc. That's 19 goals they lost
but
right
the way
there.
you're talking there, Jamie, the way you're phrasing it, leads me to believe the answer is no.
I don't know.
But I don't know why.
Marshy, tell him.
All right, so I came across an article done by Neil Payne on ESPN.com.
Neil Patrick Harris?
No, Neil Payne.
Majors? Brother?
Major Payne?
Great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Great movie.
CD?
Oh, yeah.
He's hot. All right.
No, I definitely saw that.
Okay.
Come on.
Why is that?
Do I have to say it?
Because Damon Wayans is
That's
hilarious.
why. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know why.
You respect our military?
That too.
That too.
Yeah.
Rip that off. Get it on the ground.
All right.
Anyways, this article is which NHL teams added or lost most value this offseason. And so they have the top 6 teams that have gained the most value. Anthony, your San Jose Sharks are number 1. And this is all based on a net 3-year weighted GAR. That is, we know what WA, WAR, right?
Man.
Wins above replacement.
Absolutely.
Well, this is goals above replacement. Okay. So the Sharks are number 1, plus 22, the second best team.
Who are you replacing?
With what?
The goals.
Who are you replacing?
Because he said goals above replacement.
Goals above replacement.
I don't know, man. Right. Warren Gar. It's nothing. Gar. Damn Gar. Goals above replacements.
I think it's Guar, and it's a band.
It's an interesting band.
Yeah.
Very. All right, Marcia, go ahead.
Yeah, anyways, number 2 team is the Anaheim Ducks. The Seattle Kraken at 3. Interesting enough, number 4 is the Montreal Canadiens, plus 11. I know, right?
Holy smokes.
Tied for 5th, Golden Knights and the Predators. Now, the 6 teams that lost the most value, and this is interesting. At number 32, the Dallas Stars, minus 25.3. The Edmonton Oilers, the Toronto Maple Leafs, the New York Rangers, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Colorado Avalanche are tied at 27. You have not heard your St. Louis Blues. Where are they at? Well, if you look at it, they're actually 13 right now. Additions, 10.8. Subtractions, 10.3. So they have a net GAR, or GWAR, goals above replacement, of 0.5. So the answer is no, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought, including myself that first day, man, where are these goals going to come from when you just lost Zach Bolduc? Well, you get Pius Suter and you get Logan Mailloux. And, Jamie, we were talking in the office. He is somewhat of a wild card right now, but you project him to maybe be a 30, 40-point guy.
Yep.
So 2 things with this article. 1, the Blues might have a better opportunity to find themselves in the top 3 of the Central Division because you saw 3 of those teams in the Central Division take a step back. But also, goals aren't necessarily coming from forwards all the time. You can get that point production from defense.
Well, and you saw that during the Blues' really big run at the last quarter of the season, the defense were all over the score sheet. I mean, all over the score sheet. And I think you're going to continue to see that because you've added another offensive-minded defenseman who has a bomb for a shot. And so that will translate into more goals. Whether it's Logan Mailloux that scores the goals or if there's deflections or rebounds available for other guys that score, it will lead to more offense. So it is interesting because there are a lot of people in the St. Louis area, or Blues fans overall, they don't have to be in St. Louis, just Blues fans that were very upset and concerned when Zach Bolduc was headed to Montreal because of the potential there. One, the reality is he's a 19, I call him a 20-goal scorer, okay? Can we call him a 20-goal scorer?
Yeah, he's close enough.
Yeah. Close enough. So we'll call him, you lost a 20-goal scorer, but you think, man, the potential of being a 25, 30-goal scorer, it's there. But you got Pius Suter coming back the other way. He had 25 last year on a team that was not very offensively gifted. So who knows what he gets with the Blues? And you got Logan Mailloux on the back end. I think Philip Broberg is going to take strides forward this year. His offensive awareness, man, did it spike last year towards the end of the season. He was up in the offensive zone all the time. You can't get the puck away from him. Like, it's hilarious to watch him down there. He plays keep away. And because he's such a good skater, he shields the puck and keeps on moving, and he's 6'3", and you can't reach, you just can't get the puck from the guy. He's going to figure out how to turn that into more goals, more dangerous opportunities for the team. So I think between those two alone, you're going to have more goals or more opportunity to score. And then, you got guys like Dylan Holloway. What's his ceiling? Jimmy Snuggerud. Snuggerud, just a small little sample size last year. Is he a 20-goal scorer? Is he going to pick up the slack right where Zach Bolduc left off?
That's why I think the GAR is going to be higher. You haven't seen enough of Logan Mailloux or Jimmy Snuggerud. Not enough games between those two. The GAR is going to be through the roof.
Okay.
Through the damn roof.
GAR.
GAR.
What roof?
The roof at Enterprise. The one you're going to land your freaking spaceship on.
How am I going to land? If you put a hole through the roof, how am I going to land the Millennium Falcon?
I don't know, man. We got to figure it out.
They need a parking pass, by the way.
Yeah.
Who's going to enforce that?
Nobody.
They're
good.
Yeah. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because What authority is going to go, like, he's going to walk up to you and, like, hey, you can't park here?
I guess he could hand me a ticket once
How
I'm
you going to get
inside.
down?
What do you mean?
Like, how are you going to get down from the...
I'm in a rappel down the side of the building.
Okay. Hey, how are you going to get back up?
I just climb that rope.
Who do you think gives you training on something like that? Because
why would you need training?
Well, you need to fly it.
You
figure that out.
Wow. Okay.
Anthony, there's a bunch of movies that show you how to do
It's
it.
gonna be a YouTube video.
I just think the sample size is going to be...
everything else.
It's going to be really short.
What is?
To like rewatch the movies and figure out how you're going to land that puppy.
Anthony, I'm pretty sure Ray figured it out in like 2 minutes.
Ray Charles? I don't think he did.
Ray was very talented.
Ray was very talented.
Yeah, he was.
Not that Ray,
but
I don't different Ray.
I don't think he's flying the Millennial Falcon.
Not saying that he
Millennium
couldn't.
Falcon.
Not saying that he couldn't.
You might need...
What if you just use the Force? You don't need your eyes. Remember?
Do you have the Force, though?
Do I ever?
Okay. But to fly that Falcon?
To use it to fly the Falcon? Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I think
don't doubt you.
Going back to the hockey, if we want to.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Anthony, you always
That's
talk
what we're here
about
for, sports.
I'm game for it.
You always talk about like run prevention for the Cardinals and how big that is, and their identity, lies within their defense. I think one thing that maybe some people are overlooking is the defense that they're bringing in and the goal prevention that the Blues could have this upcoming season. Goal prevention. I look at the Florida Panthers. We like to compare, right? Let's compare to the Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, right.
Why not?
Top point getter, Sam Reinhart, he only had 81 points. Second, Barkov, 71 points. Third, Matthew Tkachuk, 57. It's not like they're 100-point players, right? But they're playing a two-way game. And so when we look at the Blues roster and the stats that they put up, I don't see that. I don't think that they're that far off from doing what the Panthers did.
Wow.
Okay, so that's
from like a goal scoring thing. We're always worried about the GAR, right?
Right.
Well, they're not putting up a ton of points.
Hey, time out.
Carey's calling a timeout here.
I was listening, but I wasn't listening.
Carey.
He was hovering.
I was hovering, but then I heard something, and I looked at Jamie to get confirmation. Did you say the Blues are on par with the Florida Panthers?
No, see, you're twisting my words here.
He's asking a question.
I said they're not far off. If we're worried about goal scoring, you don't have to necessarily have a few 100-point players in order to find yourself in a good opportunity to push to win a Stanley Cup. Because Florida, their top point getter had 81 points.
How many goals did he have, though?
39. Why can't Jordan Kyrou do that?
He can. And
Exactly.
Now, Matthew Tkachuk missed a huge portion of the season as well. But no, Marshy, I understand what you're saying. It goes back to the discussion I think we had, I think it was yesterday or the day before, where we talked about where the 618 said, you got to get yourself a stud. Well, yes, the Florida Panthers have stud players, but they're not like stud super scoring players. They're great all-around players. So you got Reinhart, Barkov, Tkachuk, Marchand. These are all guys that don't get 100 points every year, but they play a very sound defensive game and they compete. That is the biggest thing. If you have a team of like all of your players that compete, you are going to win in the National Hockey League. You just are. The hardest thing to do when everybody talks about, well, we weren't consistent. You know why you weren't? Because not everybody was competing. And that's the bottom line. And that's the one thing the Blues really, really figured out in the last part of that season is competing. Every game they were a nightmare to play against. Didn't win every game, obviously, but every game they were a nightmare to play against. And that's because they were competing.
That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, our guy Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. We've got part one of the Sports Six Pack coming up. So send those questions into the Air Common Service text line at 314-399-9646. Again, part one of the Sports Six Pack is next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals are back in action tonight, looking to win the series against the Washington Nationals. First pitch tonight is at 6:45. Miles Michaelis on the mound tonight for the Cardinals, and Michael Soroka is on the mound tonight for the Nationals. We have our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get your questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do part one of our Sports Six-Pack next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is refreshed by the Finnish Long Drink, Finland's best-kept secret. A sparkling citrus beverage made with real liquor. Visit thelongdrink.com. Must be 21 years of age or older. Drink responsibly.
All right, time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN, 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. Marsh, question one, please.
Question number one.
From the 618, guys, what is it like to have your whole career revolve around sports and being required to watch the games? And do your wives ever get tired of having sports on at home?
Which one? Past experience? Yeah, not great. Didn't like a lot of sports on TV. Now, Ashley doesn't care. She doesn't really care. She loves watching Cardinals baseball, loves watching hockey, and, she's okay with NFL football. So I don't have an issue with it. And grew up on sports. That's all I had growing up. I didn't have video games. I didn't have a lot of toys. I had an older brother, and we had baseball gloves, a basketball, a football, some hockey sticks, and that's what we did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sports is something I absolutely love, and love talking about it as much as we can, and I enjoy it.
For me, yeah. I mean, it's your job, and your partner should care that you have to work. My girl is good. We don't argue about it. Ain't no problem.
She was great. She was watching hockey one night.
Yeah, we were watching the USA take on Canada. And Jamie Speedos.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
that's a little rough, huh?
That was rough. It's tough. It's tough.
Sometimes.
Yikes. Listen, I lose to the three little ones when it comes to the TV. So a lot of times I'm either watching via my phone or laptop or the iPad, and it's usually without sound, so I have to then go back and rewatch it, and at the very least rewatch the highlights. So I miss more things. I have to rewatch more games now than I did when I had kids, but it's okay. Part of the gig. But for me, no, I love it. I don't know what else I would do, and I'm dead serious. I have no idea what else I would do. I've loved sports since I was a wee one. And I enjoy the fact that the kids are getting into sports now, too. So I have an opportunity to either coach or watch them play. I love it. I love everything that sports brings to the table. Now, do certain times of the year get a little mundane? Yeah, sometimes it gets a little rough. When it's just Cardinals, and if they're not playing well, that gets stale. The topics get a little stale.
It's slim pickings. Yep. It is hard to find things to talk about when there's only one sport to watch.
Yeah. And when you try to go outside or maybe talk about something else, you get yelled at.
Well,
sometimes.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't know ball. That's what they tell us. Mm-hmm. But you don't talk about it. But you don't know it, so stop talking about it. Right. You idiots.
Why are you doing that? Stop, idiot. Now, talk more about it.
Is there a certain sports fan you guys are kind of echoing, or just sports fans in general?
Things that we've heard.
Just things.
Right.
Anthony, just things.
All right.
I found over like the past 2 years trying to plan out the week has helped me. Like, okay, if I'm a little bit more free, I have a chance to sit down and watch the game as opposed to like what you just mentioned, going back and recording it or watching it after the fact. But I'm also not going to go every single night sitting down on my couch and watching the game if there's something that I want to go and do. But if there's also something I want to go do, maybe I want to go have dinner, but also know that there is going to be a game on TV there so I can kind of do both. It's just kind of one of those things. But like what you said, sometimes the audio's not on or whatever. Do you guys like that? Do you guys like sometimes not having the audio on? So if it's like a national game with football or hockey,
I'm used to it now.
I don't get bothered by
honestly. I mean, I literally walk around the house sometimes with my phone, like watching it while making dinner. Or
you can get some AirPods and put those in, Anthony, and actually listen to the game.
Yeah,
you can put one in and then listen for the kids. You know, you only have to worry about the kids when they're extremely quiet. You know that. Like when they're too quiet, like, what the hell are you doing?
Right. Or if they're screaming.
Yeah. It's either or. But when it's audible, you can hear.
Oh yeah.
Kind of the chitter chatter and the feet pitter patter, and they're good.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah,
it's when they're completely silent. They are tearing something up. And they know they are. Yeah. And you know they are. And now you got to go
go investigate. Yeah. I will say this, though. Yesterday, I had one of those dad moments, and you guys have been there, I'm sure. I had one of those dad moments with Lincoln. So Lincoln and I have been spending a lot of time together because he's, it's camps and everything, and he doesn't go to his little preschool camp every single day. So he was in one of those modes where he was just like, he was constantly asking for things, right? So I was trying to get lunch going. And
Dad.
Seriously. Daddy, watch this. Who's going to, so he'll set up all his guys. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Daddy, who's going to win? Every time. I'm like, I don't know, but Spider-Man. He's not in there. Okay. Iron Man. Okay. Knocks him over. Who's going to win? Like, just over again. So finally he goes, Daddy. I go, buddy, what?
Hi.
And he goes, are you getting frustrated?
Then you feel like a bag
He's 3. I didn't even know he knew the word frustrated. He's 3. He looked at me and goes, are you getting frustrated? I'm like, oh, no. I was upset that Iron Man lost that last game. I felt awful.
I just felt secondhand awful right now. I was like, oh, man.
And he did. He stopped. His shoulders dropped. Daddy, are you getting frustrated?
Now you feel like a terrible parent.
No, not at all.
Keep going.
I mean, I'm frustrated. He lost, but
keep calling my name.
Yeah,
I remember
times.
Life is stressful sometimes, and I was in the kitchen. A million things are going on, and the kids are screaming, and the dogs are barking, and McKinnon is little. She's just little, and she's like, Dad. And I was like, phone was going. I'm answering.
Yeah.
And I try to go, what? And she goes, do you play Little Ponies with me? And I'm like, absolutely.
And you still remember it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's pictures of I laid on the floor playing My Little Pony, and this thing started to be every night now. This was like our thing because I played hockey with the boys and whatnot.
Sure.
So I'd lay on the floor, and then I started creating my own storylines for My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Certain ponies were dating, others were fighting, brothers, sisters.
Yeah.
Then I had a couple of bourbons, all of a sudden, then McKinnon's like, Dad, you're funny. Your stories are funny.
All of a sudden, the horses are racing.
It's funny hearing these stories because my interpretation of what that would look like is from my favorite movie, Big Daddy, when he's sitting there watching the hockey game.
There's a lot of truth to that.
And Frankenstein is sleeping.
Yeah.
Guy gets tripped and he goes,
right.
Yeah. All of a sudden he looks up and the kid's gone.
Well, that
comes back with the kangaroo song. He goes, hey, buddy, this is a penalty shot. This,
you don't
overtime.
Care.
And goes, this never happens. And he's crying about the kangaroo song.
Oh, yeah.
Which happens to be the dumbest thing ever. And he ends up missing it.
And then he throws up.
That
is your nightmare. That happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe not in the exact form, but all of a sudden the kid throws up. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Put some newspaper on it.
Yeah, raising kids is...
I do have some good news for all of us in the room.
What do we got?
What?
3 weeks.
Another baby, Carey?
Hell no.
Oh.
I can't have any more of those. What the hell are we doing? Don't you? What are you doing? Hey.
I was about to say,
I thought you were making an announcement, man.
Hell no.
Oh, man.
I am making an announcement. 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, the MLB trade deadline.
No, hell no.
Hang on. Carey wants to tell us about a baby. Go ahead.
No baby. NFL football in 3 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Preseason.
I thought we were
3 weeks. Hey, Jamie, you.
What, Carey? Congratulations.
Never. Nope. Not again. Shop is closed.
Mine is so closed.
Moose out
I mean,
front
it's still
should've
open
told
for
you.
business. Just not selling anymore.
Yeah, not selling anything.
Good call. By the way, Splashback Deuces, and that's just one kid at a time. So it took going back to the Big Daddy
Listen.
thing. When you get the multiple,
You got all of
you're
them.
done.
You're playing
You're done,
zone.
man. Oh, yeah. And they ain't playing it well.
Yeah.
No. You're guessing half
Do
the
your
time.
kids? Do your kids fight over attention for you? Because mine, my youngest, she'll come in. My son's like, no, that's my dad. No. So they're like,
oh man,
like, dude,
yeah,
stop.
we can all. There's
It's enough.
yeah.
It's like, Dad, give me a hug. I'm like, oh, he doesn't even want a hug.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want. He's like, no,
Yeah,
okay.
he's looking at
enough of
her
this.
behind you, just using you.
Oh, man,
yeah.
it's nonstop. And then Ashley's got her 2 boys, too, who, I mean, we've been together for like 4 years now. So they're at the house. And then Reed, the youngest, he's like McKinnon. You know, they're kind of feisty. They kind of chirp each other. Like, it's all in good fun. But like, then there'll be like one spot at the dinner table, and he'll come like sit beside me. And McKinnon's like, she's like, say what? It's like, that's my dad. Comes over, and then they like chirp each other. Like, oh my God.
That's fun.
It's bad enough I got like on a regular, now we added.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all fun.
More personality and stuff. They don't necessarily fight, but like Lincoln Killian will be telling me something. Killian's like middle child. Like he gets left out.
Yes.
Like, and it happens naturally too. Chris and I are very aware of it. We'll be like, oh, dude, this is the middle child thing. We've got to step up.
Yeah.
But Killian will be talking or something like that, and Lincoln busts in because he's 3. You know, like Killian will be telling us something about his day, and extracting anything out of any kid is tough. Like, hey, how was your day? Good. Fine.
Right.
Whatever.
What'd you do?
All of a sudden, Killian's telling a story, right? And then Lincoln's like, Daddy, hey.
Look at this.
Look at this.
Like, what's going on, bud? Killian,
Killian's in the basement now boxing.
Oh, yeah. He's like, hey, Lincoln, want to come help me box? Just wait till that happens.
Yeah.
Oh. Kids are fun.
Brandon, Anthony, is Lincoln named after a log? No.
After the car.
Anthony's a big fan of the Aviator.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, part 2. Did we just answer one question?
Yeah.
Holy
That's a hell of a question.
Good question. Had a lot of branches.
Absolutely. All right, the rest of the Sports Six-Pack is next on 101 ESPN. Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum, that's going to be your spot, especially throughout the month of July. Look, it's hot, but if you need a new vehicle, maybe you got a car that is absolutely run down at this point. You don't know if it's going to start tomorrow. Maybe the AC is out. Stop dumping money into it and head out to Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. They've got over 1,000 vehicles, all in one massive location. And I'm telling you, the dealership, the parking lot, man, it's filled with vehicles. So when you search AutoCentersNissan.com, and you find a vehicle that you like, whether it's new or used, you will find it on at their dealership, at their lot. It's not one of these deals where like, oh, yeah, no, that's at the other lot. No, not at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. And right now, during their Wiggity Hot Lot Blowout, 0% APR for 60 months, 0 down, and no payments for 3 months on 2025 Rogues, Pathfinders, and Muranos. All 3 vehicles are built right here in the U.S. of A. So great deals, different features on all 3 of those vehicles, but all sweet rides. If you're looking at used cars, Auto Center says 0 down and no payments for 3 months. And remember, at Auto Centers Nissan, every new vehicle comes with dealer pricing, a lifetime warranty, and a 30-day return promise. So get to Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum or visit them at AutoCentersNissan.com and tell them Stalter sent you.
time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is refreshed by the Finnish Long Drink, Finland's best-kept secret. A sparkling citrus beverage made with real liquor. Visit thelongdrink.com. Must be 21 years of age or older. Drink responsibly.
All right, we got to whip through some of these Sports Six-Pack questions here. We're only on part, we're on part 2, but we're only on question 2. Fire away, Marsh.
Question number 2.
All right, we were talking earlier in What's Trending about some of the arch villains of certain college football programs. And we get a question from the 801. Who would be the Blues' biggest rival / nemesis for this next season?
Oh, for the next season. I thought you meant like in past season. I was going, well, probably Nazem Kadri is probably up there. But
I feel like it changes. Like at one point, I felt like it was the Avalanche. At one point, I felt like it was the Predators. You're always going to have some hatred with the I almost said White Sox, with the Blackhawks and the
Blackhawks Blues rivalry has simmered down just because the Blackhawks have been very uncompetitive. And I don't mean that. That's not a slight. It's just
that's a fact.
For a rivalry to be working, both teams usually have to be good, or both teams are terrible, and you just got a bunch of like physical players.
Right.
And that hasn't been the case. I'd say the Predators right now, when you watch those games against the Preds, it's got some extra juice to it. It does. Like the Preds did not have a good season last year. I don't expect them to be as bad this year, but even the games we had against the Preds, like there was extra juice there.
Yeah.
I would say it's the Jets, especially after what happened last year.
I was going to say Connor Hellebuck. I know he got chased a few of those games, but he still can be.
Those games were chippy.
Yeah, the temperature did get up in the playoffs for sure. Yeah, I'm just saying for regular season games, though, like the physicality is just a little extra against the Predators.
Question number 3.
From the 314, I'm currently trying to quit caffeine.
Okay.
Besides sending Erick Fedde and Miles Michaelis to the slammer, what habit do the Cardinals need to quit if they want to go on a run?
Missing the ball with the bat.
I don't think you got to send them to the slammer. Like, I think that's a bit much. Yeah,
I like the baseball slammer.
I thought he meant like real jail.
No.
Like, because it's so offensive.
For baseball? Yeah, that seems extreme.
That's what I thought he said to the slammer. Like, he doesn't want these guys.
Have they committed crimes baseball-wise? Absolutely. But still, real jail. That's tough. I was thinking more big picture, right? Like, I would love to see the Cardinals front office not be so risk-averse.
Yeah.
They have a habit of playing it safe constantly. What is the safest move that we can make?
Harrison Bader.
Yep.
That's safe. No, that's not. I'm not knocking BK, but I think that would be something that they would do.
Yes,
they did it last year. Like you brought in Tommy Pham, and you thought that was, and he had a great moment. Like I'm not knocking Tommy. I think he did what he was supposed to do, but that didn't move the needle to help the team. I agree. Nah, I don't know. I don't know what they need to do, Anthony. Find a way to win.
Get pitching.
Just start there.
Find pitching. And keep it.
And keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
Question number 4.
This one comes from Frustrated Dad. With the NFL starting in 3 weeks and only terrible Cardinal baseball to talk about right now, can you all take a division and each person take a team as your own favorite and tell us why they will win?
Which league?
The NFL.
Oh, baby.
You want to take a division? Any division? Right now?
Yes.
You pick, Anthony.
Yeah, me too.
What division do you want?
Hold on, I got an idea, guys. All right, give me a second
Why the
here.
division will win?
Why a team in that division? Everybody got to pick a team.
A team or a division?
We're going to pick one division.
I'm going to get you something.
We're all going to pick one team in
what
that
if we all
division.
pick the same team?
We can't.
We can't.
Well, then someone's
you're
getting
not gonna get
Clearly.
Hold on.
You got to make a case for it.
All right, I'll go first.
Hold on.
Hell no.
All right.
I think we use the
I'm
wheel.
spinning the wheel. I got it right here, Marsh.
You ready? Tell me to spin the wheel.
No, I got it.
No, tell me to spin it.
Oh, okay.
Spin the
All
wheel,
right.
Marsh.
Spin the wheel. All right. The wheel has been... I got to do it again there. I didn't realize we were timing it up here. All right, Jamie. Your division is...
No, it's not mine.
Carey, your division
What
is
the hell?
is the AFC South.
Oh, why the hell would I? That's our division. We all get one. We all have one division, and we pick a team out of that
Carey's
division.
changing the rules
No,
now.
that's what he said.
Nah, he changed.
All
right, I don't want to play anymore.
No.
If you're going to
pick a
cheat,
team,
Carey.
we all get one team out of the AFC South. You chose this terrible ass division.
This would be a good division to do because I think it is a toss.
I thought we were doing all the divisions.
We get one division for the entire group. Now we all pick one team.
Why do we want
there.
this division?
Because it's terrible. Because you were going to try to pick. Because you tried to go first. You did this with the Big Ten with the
college football
playoffs.
Oh, yeah, the wheel was tainted.
Yeah, you did.
The wheel was tainted. You remember, Anthony?
I do remember.
Yeah, you had my back. You were the only one that had my back.
It was only tainted when you realized the pick that you got.
There was an extra thing on the wheel, Carey. Everything gets changed.
That was rough.
I see you. We are so much alike. I see you.
I lost Georgia because of that.
Yeah, but you have my back.
I did.
Yeah.
All right. So.
AFC South. So we all get a team. Do you want to pick a team?
Do we all get the same team?
No. Everybody picks a team in the South.
All right, I get the Jaguars.
I'll take the Texans.
I'll take son of a. I'll take the Colts. Congratulations, Marshy.
Tennessee Titans.
You got the Titans. You got your guy, Cam Ward.
Yeah, Cam Ward.
Yeah.
All right.
Why will they win?
The division sucks.
He got a good quarterback.
That's bad.
It might be the worst.
Who's next?
Division. Same thing for the Texans. They got a good head coach too. I think CJ Stroud is going to pick some things up this year. And he lost Stephon Diggs, and I don't know, Tank Dell is probably out for the year.
Yeah.
Not coming back anytime soon.
Still, you got Nico Collins.
Nico Collins is there.
Yep.
He missed some time last year. That'd be good. They're good.
I think the Jaguars are loaded talent-wise. It's just the expectations, they can never fulfill expectations. But, I mean, when you look at, I don't know what anybody thinks of Trevor Lawrence. I think people are either he sucks or there's untapped potential there.
I said a couple weeks ago, I said look out for the Jags. It could be a player this year for a wild card or something. I don't know.
See that.
Or that division.
Guys, Katie Wu, 4 minutes ago, put out here on the Twitter X that Erick Fedde will start Saturday against the Braves.
Come on, guys. Come on.
I can't.
Marsh.
Come on, guys.
Marsh.
Come on, guys.
I tried to warn you.
I refuse.
Come on, guys. What are we doing?
I tried to warn you about this.
What?
About Fedde and Michaelis going to be the starters again. They were going to. You were saying the other day that there's no way that one of those guys will see his next start.
Yeah, I said Erick Fedde has pitched his last pitch as a Cardinal.
Did. And I tried to warn you.
I know. I got my hopes way too high. Well, here's the thing. Maybe Michael McGreevy will do what he did against the Mets. Remember, he came in and pitched the rest of that game?
Brandon the Snake Pit goes, breaking news, the Cards will lose on Saturday.
That must be a different Brandon, not positive Brandon.
Ollie Marmol said we're going to give him another shot at it.
Good. Yeah, he's...
Well, okay, here's the thing. If you want to trade the guy, if you're trying to get something out of Erick Fedde, he has to pitch again at some point to raise his value.
He can pitch for the rest of the year. There is no way his value will be added to be able to be traded.
I ain't gonna push back on you. I'm just giving you an option.
Oh, lots of stuff going on here.
I don't even want to do the six-pack anymore.
Ollie Marmol was asked if there are reasons for that decision beyond on-field performance. He answered in part, no doubt about it. Yep.
What?
Can you say that again?
That's awesome.
Say that again.
He was asked if there are reasons for this decision, Erick Fedde pitching beyond on-field performance.
He said,
no doubt about it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You know what that is.
Translation. I have to pitch this guy.
Leave Ollie alone. Give me a damn shirt
We
that
should
says
get
it.
Into this after the Gauntlet.
Yeah, this is...
Leave Ollie alone, man.
Man, I was having a really good day.
Were you?
I was.
Well, good. I'm
No
sorry.
potholes on the side of the road.
You got his Cardinals t-shirt on.
Got a Cardinals t-shirt on.
Marsh, I'm sorry, man.
That just ruined my day.
It's brutal.
Well, let's see if you'll play in the Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
For years now, I've been telling you about my friend and trusted realtor, Gloria Liu, with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Her eager buyers in waiting, her upfront written guarantees, and why she's the one you should call. There's something you may not know. If you're selling your home and also looking to buy, Gloria has featured listings and open houses this weekend. Do not miss out. They are all over the area in all sorts of price ranges. They include some amazing luxury properties. I'm talking absolutely incredible. These properties are some that you won't find anywhere else. Gloria Liu has guaranteed sale programs to help make buying and selling easy. In fact, Gloria Liu invites you to reach out to her directly, whether you're buying or selling. And if you want to see any of these amazing homes with a private showing or the open house, it's easy. Just pick up the phone, call Gloria Liu at 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. And you can also see these properties at gloriahasthebuyers.com.
Warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
4 o'clock, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And Marshy did not tell us the name of the listener, which usually means maybe this is somebody that
oh, no.
we already know.
Anthony?
Yes.
This man was almost traded yesterday.
No, John.
John is on the show today for the Gauntlet.
Listen, first of all, welcome to the Fast Lane. Second of all, I'm sorry, man. I lost myself yesterday. That's on me.
Oh, no problem, Anthony.
John, you sound like a really nice guy, too. Now I feel even worse.
You should. That was terrible.
I got... You know, I want pitching.
We get going.
Poor John he was participating in the snake pit, and he just looked up, saw his name, and went at him.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah. He literally just wanted to know what I would give up for pitching.
And you went right to him.
Basically anything.
I'm sorry, John.
Anyone and anything.
Sorry. All right. So, John.
He was just a little frustrated, I understand.
Yeah, you get it. I appreciate you. You get it.
Really feel bad.
Yeah, I do. I really do. All right, John, welcome in. Is this your first time in the Gauntlet?
No, I've played a couple times before.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. How have you fared?
Jamie took me down in the last round one time, and made a couple rounds a couple other times. So.
All right.
Yeah, all right. So, Jamie, is this a revenge spot for you, John?
Oh, no, I got to come after the guy that tried to trade me.
Yeah, I thought that was the case. I was waiting for it. Yeah. All right. Good luck to you, John.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. No good luck back to you. Wow. John's here to play.
He got family, kids. He got things going on. You trying to make him leave St. Louis. Jeez.
All right, John, tell Marshy to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marshy.
What are you hoping for, bud?
I'm not telling that wheel anything.
Well, you do know that Anthony does get one category quite a bit, right? He got it again today. It is hockey.
He's undefeated, so that would actually. I love a good storyline.
Yes,
this
you
is
do.
a great storyline.
All right, John. As you know, each question is worth 2 points if you answer correctly without the options. If you use the options and get it right, it's worth 1 point. And of course, bad answers or wrong answers are 0 points. If we're tied, after 4 questions, we'll go to a tiebreaker, and we will get a winner here in the Gauntlet. Johnny boy, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Sabres defenseman Bowen Byram was selected 4th overall in what year?
Give me the option.
Sure. Was it 2019, 2020, or 2021?
We'll just go in the middle. We'll just say 2020.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Thank you.
Question number 2. Which NHL team did Pius Suter make his NHL debut with?
Give me the options.
Detroit Red Wings, Vancouver Canucks, or the Chicago Blackhawks?
I'll just take a shot at Blackhawks.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 3. Pius Suter has worn which number his entire career?
Option.
Options are 44, 34, or 24.
Go 24. Final answer.
All right, John, final question. Not including the Blues, Nick Bjugstad has played for how many teams in his NHL career?
Give me the options.
Is it 4, 5, or 6?
Let's just go 4. Final answer.
All right. Yeah, we get Anthony back in here. Oh, there he comes. All right. Anthony, how's Code of Silence today?
Jam-packed.
Yeah, I thought
Jam-packed,
I saw
yeah.
different bodies. Couldn't see where.
We had Ryder in there. We had Grant in there. We had our boss, Tommy Mattern.
Tommy came by, huh?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
All right. Well, your category today is hockey.
Hockey.
Which you are
I like hockey.
undefeated in.
Marshy, what's the latest tally?
10-0, Anthony. 10-0.
Okay.
Anthony?
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Pack a lunch.
Pack a lunch. Here we go. Question number 1. Sabres defenseman Bowen Byram was selected 4th overall in what year?
Options.
Was it 2019, 2020, or 2021?
Let's go 2020.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 2. Which NHL team did Pius Suter make his NHL debut with?
Got a team in mind, but I'll take the options.
Detroit Red Wings, Vancouver Canucks, Chicago Blackhawks.
Blackhawks, Canucks, and who?
Red Wings.
Red Wings. Final answer.
Question number 3. Pius Suter has worn which number his entire career?
I don't know. Options.
Options are 44, 34, or 24.
44. Final answer.
Final question. Not including the Blues, Nick Bjugstad has played for how many teams in the NHL?
Options.
4, 5, 6.
I was thinking 6. 6. Final answer.
Okay, let's go over this. Sabres defenseman Bowen Byram was selected 4th overall in what year? John said 2020. Anthony said 2020. Carey, answer is
2019.
Which NHL team did Pius Suter make his NHL debut with? John, with the option, said the Chicago Blackhawks. Anthony, with the option, said the Detroit Red Wings. Answer is...
It's the Chicago Blackhawks.
It is.
Nice
1-0,
job,
John. Question 4, not including the Blues. Nick Bjugstad has played for how many teams in his NHL career? John, with the option, said 4. Anthony, with the option, said 6. Carey, answer is... 6. We're all tied up.
Wish I did not go with the options on that one.
We're all tied up. Comes down to Pius Suter's jersey number.
Oh, boy.
Pius Suter has worn which number his entire career? John, with the options, said 24. Anthony, with the options, said 44. One of you is correct. If it's 24, John wins today. If it's 44, Anthony wins today. Bottom line, that's where we're at. John.
You have chosen wisely.
It's 24. John wins.
Nice job, John.
2-1.
Nice job, John. It's appropriate that John snapped my hockey streak. Nice job, John.
Yeah,
well done. You earned
after
it.
you traded him.
Yeah.
That was total luck, guys. I had no clue.
No. Don't you say that. You were locked in today.
I'm not a hockey guy. I had no clue.
Well done, my friend. So you'll be back tomorrow. Congratulations. You'll take on either Jamie, Carey. No, Carey's off. So Jamie or Marsh tomorrow when we're down at Centene. So we'll call you tomorrow. Sound good?
Yep. Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, John. Well done.
Good job, John.
Nice job, John. Nice job. Well done.
Deserved that, Anthony.
He did. I deserved it. He deserved it.
I thought you were just going to say 69 on the number.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, the thing that gets me is I thought 6 right away on that
teams
that Bjugstad played for.
That bothers
me. Man, this is painful typing in this 1 right here in the loss column. Oh, I just did it.
It looks ugly.
I'm okay with it.
This is one loss.
You can't be okay with it. You can say, I understand, but I don't want to hear you say you're okay with it.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get through this.
All right.
You'll be all right.
Not in this room. We're not okay with it.
We're not okay with losing.
No.
All right. Well done, John. Well, I'm going to head to the penalty box, and we're going to talk about how Ollie Marmol is in the penalty box.
No, it's not. But we don't know if it's Ollie.
Because he has to pitch Erick Fedde. And when I say has to, I mean he has to pitch Erick Fedde.
He was told, I don't care, you're pitching him.
We'll give you the latest next on 101 ESPN. Well, only thing worse than being in the penalty box is being in the penalty box and having to talk about Erick Fedde still being in the Cardinals rotation. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, I'm Anthony Stalter. And yes, Erick Fedde, the Cardinals have announced, will in fact be on the rubber when the team plays this weekend. He'll toe the rubber this weekend for the Cardinals. Now, Jamie.
Yeah.
Since I'm in the penalty box.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if this computer works.
Yeah.
Can you read off some of the quotes that Katie Wu had today from Oliver Marmol, Cardinals manager?
It was a bunch of people that had different quotes. So let's start off here when Ollie was asked about Erick Fedde starting on Saturday, and he says, we're going to give him another shot at it, said Marmol. And then he was asked, then Ollie was also asked if there are reasons for that decision beyond on-field performance. He said in part, no doubt about it. Yep. So that would lead me to believe that two things. One, he's either being told, you're going to pitch Erick Fedde from up above. And the reason...
God?
No, not God.
God told him.
Listen, I bet you
if God told him, then you got to pitch him. You got to pitch him.
You got to roll him out there no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't think it was God. It was probably the front office.
Okay.
And the reasons that I think that they would do that is, in some part here, and Derek Gould's the one who follows up after that, just to boost trade value. See if he can't get back a couple of good games before the break, and maybe that it looks like he's got his ish back together.
Yeah.
It's the only logical explanation for this at this point.
Mm-hmm. Or
the
Cardinals' depth is so weak that...
Yeah, but McGreevy's available.
Yeah.
He's available. And John Mozeliak on record...
his trade, he's not going to up his trade value.
But John Mozeliak on record
even if he pitches well, the 7 starts before this were all trash too. Sorry, Jamie, go ahead.
It's okay. You need this. Go ahead.
I said it.
Okay.
I don't need... How many... Go
ahead, guys.
Well,
you got to get it out, man.
McGreevy actually didn't pitch that well in AAA, and so we want to give Erick Fedde another opportunity because it probably would look a little bit of the same. You know, we're not too confident that McGreevy can actually go to the majors and post good numbers based on his last start. So we'd rather just give Fedde the opportunity to do that, even if it goes incredibly, incredibly bad.
And Mo also on record earlier.
That was.
I'm going to get it out at some point. On record saying that McGreevy is a Major League Baseball pitcher. We just don't have a spot for him. That's what he said.
I thought I just heard crickets.
John Mozeliak. He said he's a Major League pitcher. We just don't have a spot for him right now.
Whose problem is that? Whose fault is that?
Guys, why are you mad at me?
I'm asking because you're
the messenger.
He's yelling, and you're giving me the death stare.
I'm trying to figure out what
guys,
team don't they have a spot?
Is he telling jokes now?
No, this was...
you a joke teller?
Who?
Him.
Oh, I don't know. Get off my back.
You don't have a spot for him? Open one up. There's two guys that can go immediately.
Yeah.
You don't have a spot for him, but you think he's a major league player. By the way, in a youth movement season.
And then he went on to say...
youth development season.
Hang on, you're going to love this even more. Then John Mozeliak went on to say, thankfully, he's a very patient, good guy. Speaking of Michael McGreevy. I'm not joking.
This can't be real.
It is. It's Jeff Jones that wrote it.
I don't understand this. I'm with Carey. This can't be real.
Yeah.
It is, guys. Sorry.
So let me get this straight.
God.
In a season in which you're all about developing youth, you have a young pitcher.
I got it right here. Katie Wu, by the way. McGreevy is a major league pitcher. There's just not a spot open.
Okay. So you have a major league, a young pitcher that you feel as though should be in the major leagues in a season in which you are trying to develop youth.
Yeah.
And you have 2 older gas cans that have lit your starting rotation on fire. And you're telling me you don't have a spot for Micah McGreevy.
I'm not. John Mozeliak is.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And he said that, again, Micah McGreevy, real good guy, patient.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Not surprising.
I don't have much.
Still frustrating.
To say. I think it is very frustrating. I think that's the word that I would use. Very frustrating. Like my man Lincoln said. Are you frustrated?
Are you frustrated?
I'm very frustrated.
Very
Lincoln.
frustrated.
Very
frustrated, Dad.
Frustrated.
No, why, son?
What I'm watching.
The veins in your forehead are bulging.
I don't even know if Michael McGreevy will come up and do a good job. No idea. That's not even the question right now. No idea how Michael McGreevy will pitch. What we do know, though, is if he's league average, based on the way the Cardinals have played, the Cardinals will be in better shape. If he's league average. You're fooling yourself if you think that Erick Fedde is going to improve his trade value between now and the All-Star break. Or, excuse me, the trade deadline. The All-Star break's next week. There's no way. Unless front offices around Major League Baseball have been watching games blindfolded, they already know how Erick Fedde's pitching.
Yeah, I don't think that more. Sometimes you need more information to make a decision. I don't know that more information would help another team make a decision on that.
Guys, what if he goes out there and pitches a no-hitter?
I hope he does.
Man.
I hope he does.
Imagine what you could get
We
for
need to
him.
get Wayne Randazzo back on the show and have Anthony predict it.
Good call.
Just think of what you'll get. If Erick Fedde gets out there on Saturday, and I mean shoves.
He pitched a complete game this year.
5 innings.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Can you shove for 5 innings?
Oh, Sonny Gray did.
Sonny Gray did.
Is that shoving?
He did what he could. He was out of gas.
That ain't shoving.
Guys, could you imagine a front office, somebody in a front office right now, a decision maker that wants to add pitching at the trade deadline, sees 2 starts of Erick Fedde, and let's say he goes 6, right? Let's not even go over it. Let's say he goes 6, 2 good starts.
Quality starts.
Oh, I got to have this guy. Did you see the 2 starts?
Carey.
Holy smokes. I've got to have this guy.
Ranthony. Give it up.
Who's getting traded from
Did you see those 2 starts? Hey, who do we have in the farm system? Doesn't matter. Send it to the Cardinals. I got to get this Fedde guy. What else has he done? Well, you know what? He was awful for 7 starts, but did you see the last? It's not about what you did in the
What have you
previous
done
7.
for me lately?
Exactly.
What's the best case scenario for the Cardinals? Erick Fedde goes out and actually pitches really well.
I don't want to say it.
Or he goes 2 innings, gives up 6 runs, does a lot of what we've seen lately. What do we need to see?
The best case scenario.
What's the best case scenario?
I will think it, but I won't say it. All right?
You know what he's thinking, Carey.
Because
you know it.
while I'm not
please don't say it.
I'm not a professional.
We're trying to be on the air.
I try to be somewhat of a professional.
Is
all
he
right?
sick?
Yeah, I think so.
I won't say it.
So out of those 2 scenarios, though, which
Not
one?
in a scenario that he's thinking.
Well, I know that. It's the it's under none of the above.
So my only 2
Off
options.
the books, though.
My only 2 options are he pitches well or he doesn't pitch well.
Yeah.
Pitch well.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, why would you
Really?
want him to not pitch well?
So they can say, hey, dude, we gave you 1 more chance. You're done.
I don't think he's going to be done.
I don't think he's going to be done.
If he's not
Really?
done, no.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
sweet.
I thought maybe they give him 1 more chance. I thought they give him 1 more
He's so
chance.
sweet. He's the last one. Marky, this ain't it, baby.
No.
There's more to come. What are you doing?
Carey's right. You actually think this would be the last time he pitches poorly?
I'm thinking.
He's so sweet.
I don't know. Like I want to stop pitching him like 3 weeks ago. But maybe they're giving him 1 more chance.
The world hasn't gotten to him yet.
No.
One
Hasn't
one
broken
chance.
You thought he was broken the day that the Phillies came back. I saw it. But he managed to put himself together again.
Getting a headache from laughing too hard.
He is, Marsh.
You actually
this
think
ain't
that-
it, man.
No.
At least we know one thing.
No.
Marshy's going to give us multiple chances to be his friend.
Oh, man.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, hold on a second. I'm not the one giving him the chance.
No, you kind of were, though.
No, I'll give you guys a chance. But
oh man,
yeah.
I'm not the one giving this guy another chance. I'm just saying.
The Cardinals will, though.
Okay, I don't.
They
You
are
think you
on Saturday.
Another one after this?
Another one.
Oh, yeah. Again.
Another one.
Marsh, this is easy.
But here's the thing. If he pitches well, they're going to give him even more chances.
Let's say he doesn't pitch well, though.
He's still going to roll him out there.
Let's still play this out. Well, there's some underlying metrics that we certainly like, Others might not be able to see it, but there's some good things that he did. His spin rate on that one pitch was pretty good, so we're just going to keep rolling him out there.
Another one.
Again.
I mean, I said it earlier in the show. When does hockey start? When does football start? We got that answer from Carey. It starts in 3 weeks.
There you go, at least for football.
Preseason.
Yeah.
All right. Carey, what's our next segment? I didn't bring my rundown over.
I got you, Anthony. I got you.
Yeah, it's perfect for today, actually.
What do we got, guys?
Yeah, well, we have a move that Jeff Passan threw on the internet.
Oh, different one that I was looking at.
What I'm looking at.
What did you want to do?
I just saw what's actually at 4:30.
Oh, we had to push things down.
All right.
Anthony, what would you want to do?
You want to do the trade or prove me wrong?
Oh, I do like Prove Me Wrong.
It is
don't want to
fun.
do no damn trade.
Yeah. Let's do Prove Me Wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, send in
Or is there another option that you want to share with the
Prove Me Wrong
class?
sounds awesome.
All right. Okay.
I was honestly, I was wondering what happened to Prove Me Wrong, because we used to do it on Wednesdays.
Yeah, well, we gave it another chance, Anthony.
Good.
Thursday.
I thought it was Wednesday.
I don't know.
Good news. It's
Friday for Carey.
It is Friday.
All right, so we'll play Prove Me Wrong.
for you it
Start
is.
sending in your Prove Me Wrong statements, and we'll play it next here in the Fast Line on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. We just had the discussion surrounding Erick Fedde, as Erick Fedde will start on Saturday for your St. Louis Cardinals as they take on the Atlanta Braves. But before they get to that series, they got to take care of business tonight against the Washington Nationals. Miles Michaelis on the mound going up against Michael Soroka. First pitch tonight is at 6:45. We are going to play Prove Me Wrong. So if you have a Prove Me Wrong statement you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. This one should be an interesting one. Prove Me Wrong next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Prove me wrong, kids. Prove me wrong.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis. I'm Anthony Stalter. The Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. If you want to participate in Prove Me Wrong, that's how you can send in your statement. So the Honorable Judge Andrew Marsh is behind his podium there. Is it podium? What is it?
What?
What's the thing? What's the thing? Stand?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't they call it something else?
The judge's
desk?
No, it's not. It's a judge's stand.
Judge's
cubicle.
No,
it's not cubicle.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't insult the judge like
It's
that.
a desk.
It's a desk, but it's elevated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a podium. A podium is a singular
But
thing
the
that you
judge will
stand in
now
front of.
take the stand.
Take the stand. No, does he say that?
No, the judge doesn't take the damn stand. The witness
do.
takes the
So
stand.
then what the hell's the judge sitting at then?
At a desk.
It's not called a desk. It's not called a podium.
Do we have any judges or lawyers out there that can tell us what the hell the judge sits behind?
The bench. Oh, that's it.
Is it the bench?
It's the
bench.
It's called the bench.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
What did you say?
Yeah,
I said a
desk.
What did I say? Stand.
A stand.
Judge's bench. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
A raised platform called the bench.
There we go.
Good job.
All right. Thank you. Text
Thank
line
you.
and
Thank
Marcia.
you.
Appreciate y'all.
Well done.
Are you ready?
Bing, bang, boom.
From the 314, prove me wrong. The Cardinals will have too much patience at the trade deadline and miss out on making any deals to improve the team.
Here's the thing. They don't want to make any deals. Let's just get that stated, okay? Right? So they're not going to miss out on anything. You can't miss out on something that you don't participate in. Second of all, they can still make the playoffs despite their own inactivity. We've seen it before. John Mozeliak has been highly risk-averse in previous deadlines, and the Cardinals have stumbled into some luck, including a long winning streak when Mike Schultz, before the philosophical differences got in the way. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the way you got to look at this. It's not as if they're going to participate at the deadline, but they also could still make the playoffs if they get on a 17 or 18 game winning streak in the second half.
For some reason, I feel like you didn't answer the question.
Oh, no, I did.
But you're
I
making
did.
a hell of a lot of sense.
Thank you, sir.
So I'm going to give you the ding on
I
that
appreciate
one.
He
it. Thank
actually
you.
answered the question right away. His first sentence should have had it.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, well.
Judge, thank you for hearing out my entire case.
Of course. From the 314, prove me wrong. Doug Armstrong is trying to have a seamless transition with Alexander Steen when he takes over, while Mo is trying to sabotage the transition to Chaim Bloom.
Sabotage? Why would you say that? Look at what Mo has done here. He's done absolutely nothing. On purpose, so that Chaim Bloom can take a team that has had nothing done to it. And now he can create his own vision for
All
it.
yours.
Yeah. So John Mozeliak was going to move Nolan Arenado, decided, nah, I'll let Chaim do that. Then he was going to move Fedde and Mike. Let's get rid of. Nah, I'll let Chaim take care of all that stuff. So I don't think this is good. I don't think John Mozeliak is doing anything wrong at this point. He's not doing anything at all.
Man, you guys are wordsmith today. From the 573, prove
Sabotage, you have to try to sabotage
wrong.
something.
Front office brought the dip in attendance on themselves because of the decisions they continue to make even when the club is playing well.
Brought it on themselves. I mean, the fans have to show up.
Yeah.
They have to be there.
Like the great Greg Amsinger said, this is your fault, St. Louis.
I wasn't done.
That was awesome.
All right, moving on. From the 618, prove me wrong. Dylan Holloway will be considered as the most important non-goalie player on the Blues in the next 2 years.
Look, heck of a player. He's had one solid season in the NHL. Robert Thomas has had several. Robert Thomas is going to be in the Selke Trophy discussion. Robert Thomas is going to be in discussions for the Canadian Olympic team to represent Canada at the Olympics next February. I don't hear Dylan Holloway's name there. In the future, maybe so, but right now, Robert Thomas is the guy. Your number one center iceman. What's the valuable positions? Goalie, defense, center, ice. Your number one center, your top point getter, all of those things. All the offense goes through Robert Thomas. Who's out there for important faceoffs in the defensive zone?
That'd be Robert Thomas.
Robert Thomas. In the offensive zone?
Robert Thomas.
Robert Thomas. So as much as I love Dylan Holloway, Robert Thomas will be your most important player.
From Grant Francis Fan Club, prove me wrong. No ownership group that has let John Mozeliak hang around this long can be trusted to give Chaim Bloom what he needs to compete. It's actually a really good question.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen what the DeWitts have built? In a ballpark village. Look at those apartments. Give you a lot of places to watch great events with a big-ass TV. They've done a lot. That stadium is beautiful. And don't get me started on the giveaways. Some of the best giveaways Mars have been there for. Puzzles. Stuff from Wayno. Bobbleheads up the kazoo. This ownership group is doing a lot to help out St. Louis family and fan base, and I'm sure they'll also give a lot of great... Wait a second. They're building a lab in Jupiter.
Yeah.
They're building a lab, a pitching lab in Jupiter to help out Chaim Bloom.
With beakers and Brunson burners.
Absolutely. And a pitching machine. Don't tell me this ownership group isn't all in and helping. Their GM and president of baseball operations.
It was a good effort, Anthony. It's not convincing, though. It didn't convince me.
What about Ballpark Village?
Anthony, that has nothing to do with the team.
You've been there.
Your Honor, hang on a second.
I've been there many a times.
Your Honor, hang on a second.
There's nothing to do with the product on the field.
Just a quick,
All
before
right,
we finish here. How many World Series have the DeWitts been a part of?
2.
And they've gotten to another World Series.
Absolutely.
Didn't go well that time. Doesn't matter.
2 more, actually.
2 more, actually.
That's 4 total World Series that they've gotten to. If you're telling me they can't provide something enough for Chaim Bloom to win, they just have... The problem has been John Mozeliak. We know this, okay? The DeWitts they have given him the resources. Even in a small market like St. Louis, they have paid probably a higher percentage of payroll than any other markets that's the same size. Yet he's picked the wrong players.
He's given them spending money. Just hasn't spent it wisely.
He has not spent it wisely. You don't think there's other pitchers, other players you could have spent the same dollar amount on? Look around the league. Your answer is right there in front of you. Chaim Bloom is cagey. He's able to bring in those young players and develop them. We saw what he did with the Rays, and he's going to now, and in Boston, by the way, they were cutting payroll. So Chaim Bloom had no chance in Boston. DeWitts are going to give him the money he needs based on the fact that he's going to be able to lead this team.
Absolutely.
So I don't think the DeWitts are the problem at all.
Anthony, you were that sick turtle on the road with whatever answer you just came up with.
Well, it was good, though.
And I was coming through like that giant semi.
Yeah.
And Jamie actually stepped in.
Yeah, he did.
And saved your ass.
Wow, that seems a little aggressive. But either way,
there, baby.
Nice job, Jamie. Nice job. By the way, it was 1 World Series, 2011. and then part of another in 2013.
Yeah. And they had that stadium redone. Like, there's a lot of stuff.
2008 is when he took over.
The DeWitts or Mo?
DeWitt.
Oh, okay.
What?
You asked about DeWitt, right? How many World Series for DeWitt? You asked.
Haven't the DeWitts owned the team since like the late 90s?
Yeah, it was the 90s.
Well, the list of presidents. I was looking at presidents. My bad. That's my fault.
We're done here.
That's my fault. 96.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
I was looking at a list of presidents. My bad.
Damn it.
Okay, guys, geez, holy
No,
smokes.
it's okay. You lost the case for us, though.
No, we already won the case. That's why I waited until we got the ding. He gave me the buzz because I deserved the buzz. Yeah.
He gave us the ding.
He gave me the buzz. I deserved it. I looked at the wrong thing. Not bad.
It happens.
I didn't realize
I'm
I
not
was in the
saying
presence
anything
of perfection here. Guys, I
worry
apologize.
about
There's
it.
nothing
You not
more.
met
There's
Jamie
nothing more I
Rivers?
can do. I've met Jamie Barry Rivers. Damn right I have.
Doesn't get much better than
The
this,
presence
boys.
of perfection.
I tell Ashley all the time, you are lucky. Have a trophy
my
boyfriend
fault.
like me.
Yeah.
She likes to parade me around.
God, are we ready for this week to end or what?
No,
Yeah.
Carey is.
Carey's ready.
Carey's bailing.
He's been clock watching.
Guys, it's going to be a good... we're going to have a good Friday, Sunday.
Good Friday.
Sunday.
It's not Good Friday.
No, we are going to have a good Friday and a good Sunday.
Who's pitching?
Why we have
Why Sunday?
Because Fedde's pitching on Saturday.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you meant the show.
What? Yeah. No, I'm just saying us in general, the people of St. Louis. It's going to be a good weekend.
Okay.
Except for Saturday.
Yeah. I got you, Mark.
Thank you.
Saturday.
I got you.
I think Saturday's going to be pretty good, except for the baseball game.
Nah, that'd be great.
You know what's great, though? You know what's great?
It's CFL action on Saturday.
You know what's great? Is that you don't have to watch the game.
What?
No, we're going to watch it.
Well, you have to, but
Yeah.
like a fan out there, they don't actually have to watch
Oh,
the
no,
game.
they don't have to. Yeah.
No, they
Very
don't.
true.
So if you didn't watch it, did it happen?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah.
record of it, unfortunately.
Absolutely. Yep. All right. How much of a hindrance has the Cardinals front office's fear to make moves impacted the team? I would say a lot. I would say ever since the DeWitts took over in 1996. That's next on 101 ESPN. It's Fastline on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. How much of a hindrance is the Cardinals front office's fear to make moves impacted this team? This was a brainchild of our guy, Carey Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was the thought process on that one, Carey?
Kind of what we're talking about all day.
Welcome back to the
thank you.
show.
Hey, he's a show. Sorry.
How was it?
It was good.
Good.
Quiet in there.
You liked it?
Excuse me?
What?
I didn't hear you.
No. So
Yes. So, yeah, I was thinking about with the Cardinals and how we just saw DJ LeMahieu DFA'd, something that I don't think the Cardinals would ever do. We saw Rafael Devers, who the Red Sox couldn't come to terms with or agree with or get him to play a position. All right, we'll trade you. Those are guys, DJ LeMahieu could be considered a superstar at one point. Rafael Devers considered a superstar. The guys that we have on this roster right now, probably not considered superstars. And those guys being Miles Michaelis, Erick Fedde, pitchers that are going to continue to pitch. I know that's a newsflash from Marshy, but they're going to continue to pitch because the Cardinals feel like they don't have enough depth. They feel like that those two guys give them innings despite the performances and the win-loss record when those guys are performing. Why is it that the Cardinals, even if it's going to be to the betterment of their team, won't make moves like that? Is it because it's a shock value? Because you don't want to pay for a player that is no longer on your roster and you have to keep him, you have to keep paying him despite him not playing every fifth day or whatever the case may be? You're paying him anyways, whether or not he's here. And if they're not performing to the level that allows you to win, what difference does it make? So my question is, are they just going to, whatever it takes is going to hinder themselves? They don't care about moving on from those guys because they're already sunk in costs and they're going to pay him regardless.
Yeah, and I also wonder if they're just trying to get through this season.
Yeah.
You know, I think we overlooked that.
Are they actually trying to stay the course as to what they said?
Yeah.
Because I did talk to BK about this earlier today on his show. Is, you know, like the Cardinals, the Blues have had a plan for the 3 years now. Once Army decided we're trading all the veteran expiring contracts and we're retooling, reshaping, whatever the heck they called it. And from that moment, he has held to that thought, that idea. Whereas the Cardinals, this offseason is the first time they've declared they're doing something different, a retool, a transition, whatever they called it.
Right.
Okay. And now they've overachieved. They're in a spot where they're a game and a half out of a playoff spot. Do they suddenly get blurred vision and start to do fall back into past behaviors is what I wonder. Where they go and just try to limp in, get in, instead of staying the course.
Carey either hated that or he's got a pulled hamstring.
I think he's got gas.
Well, no, I took care of that a minute ago. Yeah. I hate hearing, and this is not against you because I love you.
Go ahead, Carey.
Yeah, we're only a game and a half out of the wild card. Nobody gives a damn. It's the same. You were in the same position last year.
That's what I'm saying. It's my whole point.
But so then we're saying the same thing?
Yeah.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
Don't believe the hype.
Who's saying it?
That Public Enemy.
Yes.
Come on, man. Don't believe it. That's not real. It's fool's gold.
I know.
This team to me, you.
But that's what I'm saying. Will they stay in? Will they fall back into that frame of mind, or will they finally stick to what they were going to do?
I was so happy at the beginning of the season because whether or not you mentioned it, whether or not they fell into a youth movement or it just so happened that they were going to go this route, it didn't matter whether they were going to win, but you had a plan and you had a path for what you were supposed to do or what you were going to do. And then you started winning games and then you started to shift. And I'm okay with when you get new information, you start to make different, but you have to make sure that information is correct. It's not fool's gold. It's not something that, oh yeah, we're actually good. Are you? When's the last time Erick Fedde won a game? I'll tell you. It's against the Washington Nationals, May 9th.
That's a hell of a game, though.
Complete game. He ain't completed a damn game since. He ain't seen the end of a game. He probably don't know what the ninth inning looks like.
In one game.
He shot his...
What? He did what?
Who did he shoot?
What?
He should be in jail if that's the case.
Finish your sentence. Fine.
He gave everything he had in that one game.
He emptied the tank.
Emptied it.
He emptied
completely.
something.
Finished it. Had nothing left. And so here we are. And that was an exciting game, but he hasn't. That's not real. Like, it was real that day. It ain't been
you're
real
describing
since.
love. It's not real. It just wasn't real.
You've been there. You understand that. We've all been there at some point. You think it's real and it's not.
Yeah, fool's gold.
Fool's gold, man. Don't get fooled, baby.
Hold on. Should he have fooled us, though?
No.
What?
Should he have fooled us?
Who?
Fedde.
He's going to make sure
he was terrible with the Nationals.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know,
different.
Man. It's kind of the same.
PTSD.
He was terrible with the Nationals. Then he goes overseas.
He found his game, Anthony.
He has half a good season with the White Sox, where there's no pressure, no expectations.
Anthony, I saw this text earlier, and I just wanted to verify it. What do you think Erick Fedde's career ERA is?
4.85.
You're damn good. 4.81.
Thank you.
So he is who he is. I know you don't care about wins and losses because that's a team thing, but he's 33-51.
Okay.
He's 3-9 this year.
Yeah.
About who he is.
This is who he is. And you paid premium. I don't know what that is. Premium pricing. Premium pricing.
Please.
For that. You paid premium pricing for that guy.
This is what you did this last year.
Mm-hmm.
You brought him in because he was supposed to solve an issue. You brought him and Tommy Pham in because you couldn't hit lefties last year. So we're going to go get Tommy. And Tommy going to hit a grand slam, and it is glorious when he hit the Pham slam. It was, damn it gave Marshy 10 points.
Won Marshy that home run derby.
Listen, it was amazing, that one game. And Erick Fedde gave you all he had. But that's all he got. And so for me, it's extremely frustrating to watch this organization not stick to a process or a plan. And when you compare them to the St. Louis Blues, that's why fans are so frustrated with John Mozeliak, which I don't even blame him for the majority of this. Like if what Jamie said earlier about the Erick Fedde pitching and it's basically coming from above and we ain't talking about from God, then you have to blame the ownership.
No, if it's God or Lord or Savior, that's different.
You got
it's God. I'm willing to overlook it.
Willie, by the way, said he is who we thought he was, and we put him on the mound.
I think that, and this is no breaking news or anything, but this organization clearly does not have a pulse on their fan base, whereas the Blues do. The Blues do, and that's why people gravitate more towards the Blues, and they can't wait for hockey season to start.
So on that note, genuine question here. And by the way, Frick James says we are in the P pool, Anthony. Absolutely, Frick.
We have been
good
for
callback.
years.
So off of what Marsh just said, serious question for you guys. Do they not have a pulse on the fan base and how it feels, or do they not care?
You would think that they don't care.
I could go either way on this. They may just be completely naive.
I don't think they care. I just don't think they know what they're doing.
I don't think that.
I think it's both.
It's hard to be that oblivious to what's going on.
Yeah.
Like you have to try. Like you're walking around with your eyes and ears closed in all facets of life. If you if you have not heard or don't know at this point. So I think it's intentional. Like I don't think that they are. This is what it is. But they're not going to tell. It's like this is how some people handle their business. You know, they're not very direct. Like Jamie, you're very direct. Like if I have an issue or you have an issue, you're going to tell the person you have an issue with them. You're not going to go behind their back and talk bad about them.
No.
Right? So that's kind of, going behind your back and just, Jamie, no.
Why? I mean, Marsh and I fit in that same category, too. Why is it just Jamie?
Well, I was looking at Jamie. He was looking at me.
We had locked eyes.
We locked.
You could have looked at Marsh.
He did it. He actually did it.
I did it. We locked.
Yeah.
That time.
All right. Well, cool.
First time ever.
Maybe they're stubborn, too.
They could just these two guys?
No,
Marsh. Holy smokes. I mean, they are, but...
The Cardinals.
My God. Cardinals, all right.
We have a plan. We're going to stick to our plan, even if it's a plan that doesn't really come together like we all come together. But, Maybe they're just stubborn.
I'm not playing beer darts in any circle anytime soon.
It's a great game. You guys are missing out. You have
You have to tell me about it. I don't want to see.
It's a fantastic game.
Good. I'm good. I'll pass.
And honestly, you guys probably shouldn't play since, the legal age to have a beverage is 21, but some people just, they're not mature enough to actually do it.
Yeah. I would just be firing darts off people's legs.
I'm not playing that with Jamie. Not one. No.
At some point, you would just think it's funny to throw it at their feet.
I missed again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, thank you. All right, we got the biggest question of the day. I think we're crapping on the Cardinals more.
Oh, man.
Next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, our guy, Stewie's on the line right now. Love chatting with Stewie about various different things that he sees. One of the things that, Stewie, I know you've seen recently is when somebody buys a home from a family member. I imagine that could be kind of tricky.
Well, it can be tricky, but it can be very, very beneficial. A customer came over to us, wanted to buy a house from his family, selling it to the family, selling it to him for $250,000. The house is worth about $350,000, and the guy didn't have any money to put down a down payment. We said, no worries. Sell the house to the guy for $350,000. Do a $50,000 gift of equity, and with the remaining $50,000, keep the money to pay off the debts that you have, so you only have one bill, and get about $10,000 in cash to do some improvements to the house. He said, I can do that. I said, sure, you can do that. We set him up. We closed him in 10 days. No money down, no PMI at the end of the day. Got all his debt paid off. He was way ahead of the game.
Anthony, this is why I tell people all the time when I'm talking about Stewie, I say, I know you have a lender. I know you have, just call him, though. Call him, because he has strategies that he can help you with. He has many years in the industry to where he just knows things. And he's a great guy, too. So give him a call on his personal cell phone number. That number's 314-324-4440.
Again, that number's 314-324-4440.
Call our guy, Stewie. Text him. Doesn't matter. Tell him that you heard him here on 101 ESPN, because he loves helping out all of our listeners, too. And if you can't remember that number, it's pretty easy. Anthony, what can they do?
Well, you can always Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great night, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
biggest question of the day, brought to you by Mentality. Our patients experience a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Reclaim your health at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It's a Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN. Biggest question of the day, and my guy Anthony teased it before the break, but biggest question of the day. What would be a good reason for Mo to be in charge of the 2025 trade deadline? Marshy, tell me why. Because, by the way, when this season started, I thought Mo should be in the background on all of this stuff.
For sure.
Because Chaim Bloom, with him taking over full control next year, he should have had some, and I know he'll have a say, but he should have had ultimate power in setting up his own thing, you know? But it's been made very clear that John Mozeliak is still in charge and that he will be spearheading this trade deadline.
The only thing that I could think of is his tenure here in St. Louis and the ability to understand what the organization ultimately wants. Mm-hmm. But it's not like Chaim Bloom hasn't been in this situation with a different team before.
Well, he's also been here for a couple of years now.
Absolutely. And I don't understand it, because you have a guy who is going to take over for however long he's going to be here. We don't know. Hopefully for a long time.
It'll
that means
be
he's doing a good job.
Period of time, because it's like it's like a college coach. You got to give him a recruiting class. You know,
you want the cycle, right? At least to show what you can do. I just don't understand when you have such a big deadline. It'd be different if you didn't have expiring contracts. The team, you know, was just in kind of like a lull, which I guess you could argue they are right now. But if they're in a different spot than where they are right now, I can understand, okay, let's just give Mo the chance to see this through. But I don't understand with how important this deadline is.
Yeah.
Why the guy who is going to take over is not ultimately calling the shots.
Yeah.
So is there a good reason? I don't think so.
Well, what about this? As you're talking, one, you made great points, okay? I'm not going to push back about what you're saying. But what if John Mozeliak said to the DeWitts, hey, I really, really want to leave this team in a good spot. I do. It's been bumpy the last couple of years. We had a really good run for a really long time. And I'd like to be in charge of this trade deadline. Now, that being said, Chaim Bloom and Randy Flores and all the scouts and all that, they're going to be a huge part of it. At no point is John Mozeliak telling them all to get the hell out of the room. He's got this. So, you know, so if that's the visual that some of our Cardinals fans have, that's not the way it works. And he just wants to be the guy to put his stamp on his own last season, control his own narrative, I guess, as he exits the building.
I don't think they care about this season.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way in my bones. The Cardinals. I don't think they care about this season. Now, not care. I don't mean like they totally don't care about it. I just mean in like the big picture of things. I think they're just trying to get through this year and then start fresh in the offseason. Now, Marsh, to your point, could they have done that a year ago? Yeah. But I don't think they wanted to fire Mo after all those seasons. I think that this is like a natural, his contract is up. We'll see about where he winds up. But Bloom can just take over a year from now. We're not going to make any moves in the offseason. They're not going to make any moves at the deadline. Outside of maybe a reliever or something. I think that they're just getting through this year. And then next offseason, Bloom will have a clean slate.
Don't you think that's malpractice, though?
100%.
Do we really think that's the way it's going to go?
Yeah, I do.
But let me ask you this, guys.
Which part?
No, just that they're not going to do anything and just like whatever.
They're not. Yeah. They'll add maybe a reliever or something.
So they're not even going to sell in your mind?
No.
That's
maybe Maton.
Let me present this to you, okay, guys?
Let me be clear. If they sell, it's only Maton. If they buy, it's only a reliever. They wouldn't do both.
So you don't think Helsley is going anywhere?
Oh, God, no. That would take some huevos rancheros to do something like that.
So again, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you really believe that and I know some people get irritated with this, that smart business people like the DeWitts would rubber stamp this organization just doing nothing. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't know Bill DeWitt Jr., met him a couple times. I do know Bill DeWitt III. Mm-hmm. He is a competitive guy. He really is. I cannot imagine that he's sitting in the office down there going, let's just ride it out. We're a game and a half out. Just ride it out. I want to believe more than that. And I could be wrong, but it just seems weird, doesn't it?
Based on their track record, what has Mo done at the deadline in a decade?
Well, he got Montgomery. He got those guys that he has made some good moves.
They were.
Well, they got Quintana and Montgomery all in the same trade deadline.
Yeah,
they're not.
Yeah,
I'd take that right now.
They got Montgomery for. Remind me, they got Bader. Montgomery for a injured Bader.
Yeah.
And then they got Quintana and Stratton for the 1/5. He was a 5th starter with the Cardinals.
I forget.
Yeah, and it didn't.
But that was good moves.
But that was safe.
But would you take that this year at the deadline? Would you take a?
Would I take like a rental, like a 5th starter rental? No.
But would you consider Quintana and Montgomery at that time 5th starters? I wouldn't. At that time,
I think they were 4th.
Like 3 or 4.
I think Montgomery's a 4 in the Yankees rotation.
If you found comparable players to those two guys, why would you not do that? If you're the Cardinals, even if it's a rental, then Montgomery wasn't a rental, but even if one's a rental and one isn't.
I don't think they want to give up any assets to acquire rentals. I just don't. This season, that fits more into the model of my thought of they're just trying to get past.
But I would really like the Jordan Montgomery scenario. Really intrigues me because this team is going to need pitching again next year.
Oh, that I agree with that.
So, like, if you could find a player, even if it's this year and next year, and then you're done, like. It gets you to where you need to be with some of your youthful arms.
Do I have to sign something? That is what I was preaching yesterday.
Yeah.
At the time, though, that was a safe move because you had an MVP winner on that team. You had an Albert Pujols who's having a resurgent second half. Your team won the division. And if we were in a different playoff era, you wouldn't be playing a 3-game series.
Right.
You'd be playing a 5-game series. But they didn't do enough for that team to make that team a World Series contender. They didn't. That was a safe move.
Exactly.
In hindsight, that was a safe move. They didn't go out and get the guy that ultimately would put them over the top. And pitching wasn't their issue in those 2 games, but as you said before, maybe later down the road, if they were to get to the NLDS or the NLCS, it would rear its ugly head. Maybe.
Right. I completely agree with that.
But they also, they didn't get, people were like, we want Juan Soto, we want Juan Soto. And they weren't going to get Juan Soto. But they didn't necessarily do anything to help their offense either because their offense went cold in the playoffs.
Let me ask you guys this. When was the last time Mo put his huevos rancheros on the line at the deadline? Made a move. You're like, oh, man.
Well, you would say probably the John Lackey move.
Which was what, 2014?
That was Alan Craig
and Joe Kelly. Like that was
right. Alan Craig was a huge player for you in those before he got injured.
I remember Dunk and I being like, whoa.
And Joe Kelly, I mean, he ended up probably having a better career after the fact than he did with the Cardinals.
He did, for sure.
But Mo, I envisioned Mo walking throughout that clubhouse, and that team was very, like, friendly and, hey, this is great. And he wanted to add sandpaper, and he got it in Lackey.
He did.
But that was the last time I really felt like Mo put his crystal balls on the table and said, hey, I'm shaking things up a little bit at the deadline.
Right.
Because the offseason a little different. It's a little slower playing. You got a full year out of a guy. Like, I'm not talking about the Goldschmidt and Arenado deals. I'm talking about at the deadline, pressure's on. You have to make a decision with some urgency.
Do you think he does it by how he believes the team will fare at the end of the season? Because that was a 100-win team, if I'm not mistaken, in 2015. Was it not?
Yeah.
It was a 100-win team.
Yes. wins, I believe.
Was it?
Right?
Yeah, there were three teams in the NL Central that had a lot of wins that year. I think the Cardinals had 100 wins, one of the best offenses in the game.
The bottom line is, though, it's been a while.
It's been a minute, yeah.
It's been at least 10 years since Mo has made a bold move at the deadline. And I wouldn't consider Quintana and Montgomery bold moves. Good moves, yes. But adding Quintana, nobody wanted Quintana in the offseason. That's why he wound up with Pittsburgh. He had a good first half. Pittsburgh sold high. And Mo was comfortable with it. Bader was banged up, and they had replacements, and they went out and got Montgomery, who was a fourth starter with the Yankees. Like, I'm not talking about those type of moves. I'm talking about putting your huevos rancheros on the table.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
I don't. Well, and quite honestly, I don't think I want it to happen for this year. I don't think.
Unless it's a pitcher that is controllable for a year or two.
Yeah, that's fine. But as far as like trading to bolster your roster this year,
no,
it doesn't matter. Well, if it's a trade that helps this team next year and the year after, and it takes some huevos rancheros to, I'm all in support of that.
Well, look what the Cubs did last year. The Cubs weren't in a position to be in the playoffs, but they did buy. They got Isaac Paredes, right? And then they flipped him for...
hold on. Kyle Tucker.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's he done?
Yeah. That's being creative, is it not?
Oh, totally. That's
something that the Cardinals... I'm not saying they're not willing to do because...
no, you're right. There's no outside the box. This is the point, Marsh. What you just said... That's the point I also often come back with when people are like, you got to spend. Yeah, it'd be nice to spend, but spend wisely. But are there other ways? Can you think outside the box? And it's like, nah. We'll add another year of Lance Lynn. Okay. Joe Boo's Jockstrap says you only get one bold move a decade, Anthony. I didn't know that. Is that true?
It's like you get one slap per year.
Got it. All right.
Must be in the same, category.
Yeah. All right, Rob Manfred is still pushing for a salary cap in Major League Baseball. Would that solve any of its issues? Or does it have to be a cap and a floor? That's next on 101 ESPN. So Rob Manfred, Major League Baseball commissioner, is pushing still for a salary cap in Major League Baseball. This is something that has been on the table for Rob Manfred for a while now. He outlined his plans to convince players to make big changes to the sport's economics. On Tuesday, Bruce Meyer, the second in command at the Major League Baseball Players Association, said that Manfred is trying to push for a salary cap, and the players, in turn, bear the right amount of skepticism. So Manfred apparently has held meetings with each team, and he's trying to convince the teams and the players that it would be good for baseball to have a salary cap. I completely agree, and we will get to the other side of it, but I agree. I've always thought cap and a floor makes sense. It's not just about the teams that are spending out of their rear ends constantly. It's also the ones, and those are worse, the Pirates, the Rockies, teams that don't spend anything, that get away with malpractice themselves. They need to have a floor. You have to come up to it. But big picture-wise, Jamie, do you think a cap and a floor would solve anything? Because as the players, Meyer had mentioned, the second in command for the Players Union, as he mentioned, you have not had a repeat World Series champion in, I'm looking for it, like 20 years or something like that, 26 years.
Yeah, I don't know how a salary cap changes that, though, because quite honestly, it would work the opposite. Because you've had so many teams that are dominating the salary.
26 years.
You have so many teams that have been, like 5 or 6 teams only that have been dominating the payroll war. You'd think there'd be more back-to-backs at some point. So the theory of that the salary cap will change that, in fact, the salary cap creates more parity is what it does.
So what Major League, the MLBPA is basically saying, like, why would we add a cap for parity's sake?
Yeah,
because we haven't had a repeat champion.
The MLBPA was saying, okay, that makes sense.
We haven't had a repeat champion in 26 years. And that has been the argument that some baseball fans have said, too. Like, oh, look, everybody talks about parity in other sports, especially the NFL, yet Major League Baseball hasn't had a repeat champion in 26. Like, that is the thing that they often go back to.
The pushback I have for that is that there's still a handful of teams that are always at the top of every division.
Exactly.
That's it. And the other ones don't have a chance.
Yes.
So, here's my thought on salary cap, because I went through this whole nonsense when, the NHL, the lockout of 2005 and all that stuff.
It worked out well for you guys. Not at all.
No, it didn't. It didn't. It worked out fine for me. I got a raise because league minimum went up. But the salary cap, here's the thing. Your superstar players will end up making less. Okay? Like the Shohei Ohtani, the Juan Soto, those guys, they probably don't exist. But you've got a larger number of players that make more money overall. So these unions are supposed to be, we're taking care of everybody. The problem that the unions have had over the years, and I can speak to the NHLPA, it's the superstars protected themselves. And they hold the power within the union. In 2005, when we had the lockout in the NHL, the blue-collar and mid-tier guys are the ones that should have had a very big voice in this, because they're the ones that are not really protected. The superstars don't have to worry. They're set for life. They're set for life. But they're the ones in the meetings. They're the ones making decisions. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
No. You should have had players from each level, each tier of where the payroll is at. And I think that's what baseball has to realize here is, so your Max Scherzers, like your unicorns, we'll call them, they're going to make a little less money. But overall, every player makes more because teams are forced to spend to the floor, for one thing. And then if you're going to stay competitive, and we're seeing it in the NHL right now, if you're going to stay competitive, you're going to have to spend to the cap. And if the cap is at a normal spot, then the Cardinals, the Royals, you can now spend to the cap and be competitive. So when the free agents hit the market, if I'm St. Louis and I wanted Shohei Ohtani, well, we knew there was no chance of that happening because the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Phillies, somebody was backing up the Brinks truck for him.
Right.
But if there's a salary cap, you're just as competitive in that market now. based on what the player likes and wants and whatnot. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think for numerous reasons, the salary cap is imperative for the sport of baseball. And it'll help the revenue sharing. It'll help all of it. It'll help the competitiveness of each division, every team, all of that. And the players overall, if they really just sit down and have a clue, they're all going to make more money because everybody has to be paid more.
Mm-hmm.
And then teams will be inspired to pay to the cap.
What does the NFL not have to worry about? And what does the NHL not have to worry about? Market.
No, you don't have to worry about it. That's why I said you're equally as competitive.
Pittsburgh.
Like the Blues could have easily offered Sam Bennett $9 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's under the salary cap, good team, good coach, good culture, all the things he liked in Florida, by the way.
Right. The Pirates can cry poor while the Steelers are spending whatever they're spending.
Yeah.
Right? Same market. Major League Baseball is the only of the big four that you have to worry about market when it comes to spending. And they use that as a shield.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, can't do it. Sorry. We're in a smaller market. Got to do what we got to do.
We can't compete with those guys.
Yeah, that's rough.
But guess what? Now you can.
Now you can.
Now you can.
And
it's like a hard cap, too.
And it's a hard
Not
cap.
this luxury tax crap.
Right. The Dodgers, exactly, which is bogus anyways. They don't care. They could fly over they fly over it, and then they start to come back down. And they're deferred money now. The Dodgers found another loophole.
Yeah.
But you can't now, if you're the Dodgers, scoop up all these dudes, which is why they go to other places now. So I've always thought a cap would be smart. I understand the parity argument for people that bring up there's no repeat winner and all that. But to your point earlier, you're typically seeing the big market teams plus the one small guy that gets in because he got drunk and got a couple lucky breaks there, and now he's in the party. He don't know how he got in, but he's in the party. He's hammered.
He won't be back next year.
He won't be back next year. There'll be better guards at the door.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm with you.
The players' union in baseball, by the way, powerful.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best.
I think it's one
the
of the strongest
best
union
unions,
in all sports.
Which is why I think they haven't been able. Major League Baseball hasn't been able to push them around.
Which means I hate to say this, there's going to be another work stoppage because it's the only power the owners have is to take away the money from the rich. That's it. Stop feeding them.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get hungry at some point. And that's what the owners did in the NHL. They locked us out for a whole friggin' year because they knew that the majority of the players, so the group of players that I talked to you about that really should have carried the biggest voice, they knew that those players ultimately had the biggest voice, and the longer they could lock out the league meant those guys got hungrier faster, and the lower got starving faster, while the rich guys didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they preyed upon. We're going to lock you up for a year. And finally, you start to get guys, I'll take a cap. I don't care. I got to pay the bills. I got a mortgage. I can't go another year. I can't go 6 months because I have a house here. I have a house here.
Right.
Because you're used to having that paycheck coming in every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you break a union, is you have to basically deprive the bottom tier of food until they get so hungry that the top tier has to do what they're told.
Yeah. Good call. Good stuff there. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We've got Bet the Board and Beat the Streak. We do need a new Beat the Streak contestant. So 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service tax line. Who was our guy yesterday?
That was Colin.
Yeah, Colin's a nice guy. The listener's been Kiefer struggling here lately.
Yeah.
In Beat the Streak. But whoever just calls in now, you won't struggle.
Text in.
Text in. Thank you. Not
and
calls.
we'll call you.
Yeah, we'll call you. Yeah. Don't call us. We'll call you. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service tax line. So if you want to play Beat the Streak, and just text in BTS. So we'll play Beat the Streak and also have Bet the Board next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals back in action tonight after losing to the Washington Nationals. Miles Michaelis will be on the mound tonight for the Redbirds. Michael Soroka on the other side for the Washington Nationals. First pitch tonight is at 6:45. It was announced earlier today that Erick Fedde will be starting for the Cardinals on Saturday. We had a discussion surrounding that piece of information. If you missed that conversation or anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have Beat the Streak and Bet the Board coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
I want to hit baseballs.
All of my successes depend on me.
You ready to hit?
The hits just keep on coming.
And his first big league hit is a bullet up the middle.
All right, time to play Beat the Streak here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Our guy, Carey, left a little earlier. He's heading out of town. He's taking a trip this weekend, so he won't be with us tomorrow or Monday.
4-day weekend getaway for our guy.
Absolutely. All right, but we got Brendan on the line right now. What's up, Brendan?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, man. You ready to play Beat the Streak?
I'm ready.
Okay. Our listeners have struggled a little bit lately, but hopefully you'll turn the tide here.
Definitely, no doubt.
All right. Marsh, latest streaks.
Anthony, you're at 6 right now. Jamie is at 3. Carey has 2. I'm at 0, and Brendan is now on the show for Beat the Streak.
All right. Marsh, I'm going to take the guy that you want. Give me Paul DeYoung tonight. Paul DeYoung.
What?
Yeah.
He plays still?
Oh, yeah. He's a National.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shame on me.
Yeah. He'll play third base tonight. Probably hit a homer.
For the Cardinals?
No, the Nationals.
Oh, I thought they brought him back.
No, they didn't bring him back because he was former Cardinal. No.
Paul DeYoung, huh?
Paul DeYoung.
Good for Paul.
Mm-hmm.
The key has returned.
It's my favorite.
That was Jamie's absolute favorite.
My favorite.
All right, Marsh. Who's next?
Jamie is.
All right. I got Burley for the Ding Dong Johnson. I got Brendan Donovan for a hit.
Oh. that was my guy.
Sorry, dude.
All right, Brendan. All right, so, Marshy.
Carey Davis is up.
CD wants Josh Bell.
Traitor.
He and Carey did text us his Beat the Streak and Bet the Board plays. So.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Marshy.
So now, Brendan is up.
All right, Brendan, let it fly.
Okay, so let's see. Is Arenado on the lineup tonight?
He is.
He's in there.
Yep.
That's who I'm going with.
There you go.
Okay. All right, Marsh.
I'm going to go with Dalen Lyle, who has, I believe, a 14-game hitting streak right now.
Well, not a bad idea.
So he is either going to get a hit tonight, or I will be the reason his hitting streak comes to a close.
Who's on the bump for the Cardinals again?
Miles Michaelis.
Yeah, you're safe.
Yeah, I think you'll be all right. All right, so for Beat the Streak, I've got Paul DeYoung. Jamie took Brendan Donovan. Carey has Josh Bell. Brendan took Nolan Arenado. And Andrew Marsh just took somebody named Lyle.
Dalen Lyle.
Somebody named Lyle.
Lyle Overbay.
Lyle Overbay.
All right, Brendan, good luck to you, man.
All right, thanks, fellas.
See you later, buddy.
Thank you.
John Michael Lyles.
Yeah.
All right, from Beat the Streak to Bet the Board. All right, Marsh, what are our standings?
Well, Anthony, you picked the Cardinals yesterday.
Like a fool.
Ew.
Like a fool.
So you did not get a point. You have 4 points. Jamie has 4 points, so you two are tied right now.
All right.
Coming to get you.
Carey did not get a point. He had 3 picks hit in a row, and then he decided to go with the Cubs. And ever since then, he has not hit.
Well, kind of deserved it, right?
Yep.
Am I right?
Sonny Gray got me a point 2 days ago, and Mackenzie Gore, 7 strikeouts last night.
Okay.
I'm at 2 right now.
He's an ace.
Way to go. All right, so who's up, me or Jamie?
No, you. Murphy doesn't like the new guy getting it, so go ahead, Anthony.
All right. Well, guys, just sometimes you can't overthink things. Give me the over 9 runs tonight.
I was just
between Nationals and Cardinals.
You son of a.
Give me the over 9.
That means I got to pivot here. Well, the White Sox stink. Guardians aren't great, but they're better than the White Sox. So give me the.
Do you want the over tonight? I'll give you it because I'm gonna switch my pick.
I'll give me the Guardians at -124. I'm not playing your game.
Okay, Marshy, can I change my pick? Is it still allowed, or because Jamie just went? I cannot.
It's over.
It's over.
In.
All right.
What were you gonna do?
No, I won't say it now.
Why?
Because I'm gonna hand out a free pick.
Go ahead, Anthony.
You want me to? I can get it.
Do whatever the hell you want, Anthony. I can tell by looking in your face, you're like ready to cry. Go ahead.
I wouldn't cry about this.
Pretty close. I can see it.
Look, it's okay to cry.
It is
just
okay
not
to cry.
about this.
Correct.
All right. No, that's all right. I'll stick with it. I'll stick with my original.
You're going with the over?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're up to.
What is it again? 9.5?
9.
No. 9.5.
Come on now.
Come on now.
It's way too high.
It's way too much.
The hell's the difference?
Oh,
there's a huge difference.
A big difference.
Well, not for us, actually, yeah, because a tie or a push is nothing.
Yeah.
So. All right, Marsh, what's your play?
Oh, well, what's Carey's?
He said Yankees money line or Judge 2.5 hits, runs, RBI. So he lists the Yankees first.
All right, we'll give him the Yankees then. And what did you pick, Jamie?
Cleveland Guardians.
Okay.
What's your problem?
Well, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Hey,
thanks for your honesty.
Give me Miles Michaelis. Outs recorded over 15.5. So if he can get me 5 1/3 at -125, I'll be a happy camper tonight.
What is your
When's
pick?
the last time he was 5 1/3?
5 1/3 Miles Michaelis tonight.
Innings pitched or hits allowed?
Outs recorded.
Oh.
Outs recorded. So if you can get me to 5 1/3, my bet will hit.
Wow. That's a risky bet.
He's going to
do what?
He's gonna eat those innings tonight.
Okay, all right.
He's gonna have to.
So what I was thinking of changing to was the Nationals over 3.5.
Yeah, I wouldn't give you that. Not with Michaelis on the bump.
That's why I thought.
Yeah, no.
Well, that's why I didn't say it either. I want to hand you guys some. That's a good play. 3.5.
It's a great play. I thought,
3.5.
yeah.
It's only -145.
Wow.
So there's that. He's going to dominate tonight. Like his version of domination.
Who is?
Michaelis.
5 1/3.
Five innings.
Nope. 5 1/3.
3 Ks.
I'm gonna say 5 1/3. 4
1
Ks.
walk. 2 runs allowed, and they're gonna if the Cardinals win, they're gonna just be like, "No, that's the Miles Michaelis.
Yeah.
We're accustomed to seeing."
You know what the worst would be is actually if he does dominate and the bullpen blows it tonight.
Ooh,
that would stink.
Because you're thinking, get these guys out of the rotation. Just have more blow-ups.
Well, that was the question that I asked you not too long ago, and you decided to throw your own answer in there, which you never did tell us.
And I will never. But that was for Fedde.
That's right. But I feel like the same rules could apply to Michaelis as well.
I don't, and here's why. Because I don't think Michaelis has any trade value at all in ever. And I think Fedde, since some teams were fooled by his half a season of good pitching, maybe they'll get drunk enough and throw the Cardinals I don't know, Coca-Cola machine or something like that for him.
Coca-Cola machine.
Yeah.
Would you ever invest in like a vending machine?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know how popular they are anymore.
They got to be still popular. I mean, when we took the road trips, I mean, there were sometimes when you're going to the, you get off the rest stop. That's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, but there's so many gas stations now. The rest stop is like, you don't have to wait for the rest. There's so many gas stations. Every exit has a gas
I love
station.
the rest stop. You just pull right
You
off.
do.
I'm with my family, Jamie.
Hey, it's up to you.
No. I don't like this at all.
Have you seen the vending machines at the airport? They're actually crazy. They have like full meals in those things.
That's some serious stuff there.
I will never, ever buy another sandwich from a vending machine or like one of those that has lettuce on it.
Oh, no.
That's the worst.
That is terrible.
That is instant, like, death.
What's worse, that or gas station sushi?
I've
seen that.
I've never done that, but that's worse.
Both of them, I think you're gripping the bowl shortly after.
There's something about the lettuce on a Sando at a gas station or one of those, like you're at an airport.
Oh, yeah. Nah, the sushi. Ugh.
Gas station sushi.
No,
tuna's like brown.
Yeah, come on.
Do you like sushi in general?
Yeah,
I love sushi.
I do. I like it.
I actually wasn't a fan of it, but now I am.
I was the same way.
When did you become into sushi?
When I started dating Rachel.
Okay.
She got me into sushi, and I was eased into it, and I really like it.
I was 30 years old before I liked sushi. I tried it at a younger age, didn't like it, so that I don't know what I had. Probably ordered something crappy.
Well, that's what happened to me in high school. I had it one time, and then I had the runs.
Said no more. And then when I got traded to the Red Wings, or when I signed with the Red Wings, rather, Matthew Schneider was my roommate. Matthew Schneider loves sushi. We're at Nobu in Dallas. Is right the restaurant inside the hotel. He goes, let's go down to Nobu. I'm like, I don't like sushi. He says, make me a deal. He says, let me order. Don't ask what it is, and eat it. If you like it, then we'll, I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. He orders a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's like a big tray, and I'm like, what the hell? So I start eating. I was like, oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. And then after that, he's like telling me what it is. I'm like, oh, I like that. So then I was like, ooh, been hooked on sushi ever since.
So a similar story. It was Kristen who, like, the first time we went, I'm like, no. And then the second time we went, she did the same thing. She goes, listen, let me just order it for you. And then ever since then, I'm like, all right, cool. But it's like the fried tempura and the stuff that's
I like
not.
most of it now.
Yeah,
I do.
It is a food, at least for me, that I have to be in the mood for it, though.
I agree. Yeah, I'm not getting it all the time.
Holly and I used to try. We had this little place called Little Tokyo. It was this place in Royal Oak in
Michigan.
In Michigan, and we would go there for lunch, and it took us forever. We'd go like once a week. We'd try to have the perfect order, so that the last piece of sushi we're eating,
that. Yeah,
and it took us forever. We'd either have too much or we'd already eaten and not full. And one day we had the perfect order, like perfect order. And the guy's like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah,
sake bombs, let's go.
It is tough because you're right. You tend to either over order or under order.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a little game we played.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right. We're going to come back. We'll wrap up the show with what we learned, 3 stars of the day, maybe some criticisms and compliments. All next on 101 ESPN. If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. All the podcasts were brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out what everybody learned today. Marsh, what'd you learn?
I learned that the Cardinals, no matter how bad you might be at your job, they're going to just keep giving you a chance, man.
Whoa. Name one example of that.
Well, Erick Fedde.
Okay. Name two.
From this year?
Yeah.
I guess Miles Michaelis.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Those are the two I was thinking. Yeah. Jamie, what'd you learn?
Yeah, along the same lines as Marshy, I learned that even though your team is struggling and needs pitching help, and you have pitching help available to you, and you say that he's major league ready, but you can't find a spot for him, you're still choosing to roll out bad pitching.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was
interesting.
Interesting and surprising, Anthony. And
but not
something.
delighting.
No, not at all.
Not delightful, I should say.
All of that.
All of it. The thing that I learned today is that when you trade a listener on air, you really set up bad karma for yourself the following day, because John got me in the Gauntlet and I deserved to lose. And unfortunately for hockey, that was my first loss in hockey this year. So that was tough. Don't trade listeners on air. All right. That's what I learned. Marshy?
Yeah.
Would you like to do some stars, or you got some criticisms?
No, we got a little bit of time here to do some criticisms and compliments from the 217. This was one of the funniest shows in recent memories. I just got married 3 weeks ago, and as a celebration, we're going to the games this weekend as well. Can we get a shout out?
Saturday?
We love the show. That's from Alex.
Alex, shout out to you and your significant other.
Yeah.
Multiple games. Games plural. So wow, that could be Friday, Sunday.
Huh?
Could be Saturday, Sunday. Could be tonight and Saturday. I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows?
Who really
knows?
Alex knows, though.
Well, congratulations, and thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
We did laugh a lot today, didn't we, boys?
Yeah,
we did.
Today. Some funny things happened today.
The 618 says, except for the 618, huh?
What's that? What happened?
You apologized to John.
Oh, for trying to trade
trading him, yeah. But I guess you never apologized to
I never did. I thought I did.
I don't know.
Because remember I told him that he's the 6-1 great now.
Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Well, if I didn't consider this my official apology for trading you to the then Oakland A's for that possum.
That possum, though, used its no-trade clause, blocked it.
Yes, but nonetheless, I do apologize to the 618.
Alex says Friday to Sunday.
So all three?
All three games.
Man.
And his wife's birthday is Monday.
Happy birthday to you. You got to see a win, right? One of those days?
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Who they playing?
Braves.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Braves aren't that good this year, guys.
They're not.
Neither
They're not,
the
but you are
Nationals.
rolling Fedde up there on Saturday.
Well, he's due.
And then Palante on Sunday, probably.
Yeah.
Isn't that the way? No, we had
No, because Gray
maybe
will go on
Liberatore,
Sunday.
won't it? No, was it Gray on Sunday?
Gray on Sunday,
Yeah, Gray on
Libby
on Friday?
on Friday.
Okay.
Hey, look, the Braves are terrible this year. So they're going to whoop up on them.
Mm-hmm.
Braves are 11 games below 500. They are in fourth place.
That's unbelievable, actually.
They are behind the Miami Marlins of all
I wonder if
teams.
they would like to deal some.
Oh, that'd be nice, huh?
Yeah, because they locked up all their young players.
Can we get
too.
some of that? Of course, they don't have pitching.
From the 618, Jamie's going to start arriving to the Enterprise Center with like MJ at the end of Space Jam with your Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that'd be pretty handy. I'll tell you that much.
That would be nice. I can't believe they don't have spaceships
yet
that people can fly around like the Jetsons.
So let me ask you this though:
I guess those are flying cars.
If we had spaceships, though, like I think it'd be super practical, but at some point you'd have to have some kind of traffic control.
I would think so.
Otherwise, you just have people flying all over the place.
Yeah,
and then,
that'd be bad, man.
Then where do you park them?
Well, there'd be little floating
little
docks,
pods.
right?
Yeah.
Pods, yeah.
I just worry that...
Or you could park them on the ground. They would just fly in the air. You know, you'd...
That's true.
You know?
But then, do traffic lights apply?
I think they'd have to come up with some system, yeah.
Or do you have to fly so high enough to where the traffic lights don't, you don't have to abide by them?
No, they come up with some system, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You can't just have people flying around out there.
I mean, you could at first, because there's going to be like something that's so expensive, only a 1% of the population can actually afford to have one of these things.
True.
Remember, when they started out with the compact disc player?
Ah, yes.
Remember those huge discs they had?
Yeah.
And then they got smaller, and not everybody had them. You still cassettes, you still had other things. And all of a sudden, everybody had a compact disc player.
It's like the joke in The Wedding Singer when he brings home the disc player.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, cool. I'll grab a cassette or record or whatever she said." He's like, "No, it plays CDs."
CDs.
Yeah. Okay. Good documentary.
You ready for the 3 stars?
Bet your sweet ass we are.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day. Presented by Circus Sports Illinois. Sports betting the way it should be.
All right, our 3rd star of the day is going to go out to GAR. G-A-R, that is goals above replacement.
And Carey, first time ever, he decided to go with the advanced metric that he liked. That's it.
So GAR is our 3rd star of the day. Our 2nd star of the day goes out to Jamie's favorite college sports team, the Wichita State Shockers.
Shockers, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Good stuff. Yep.
And our 1st star of the day.
I had a Shockers hat in my truck right now.
Do you?
I do. I really do. I'll wear it tomorrow.
You should.
Good.
1st star of the day goes out to Ranthony, the return of Ranthony.
Oh, wow.
Did it ever leave?
Yeah, it's been a while.
No, it hasn't. You went Ranthony and traded John, and you went Ranthony earlier.
You went full-blown
come on.
Ranthony today.
Wait, no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
For what?
On Erick Fedde.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Full-blown.
I can't remember. You know that, but it was bad.
No. When I was in the penalty box?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's because you can't hear yourself.
Probably blacked out for
You
15
even
minutes.
went more Ranthony.
Yeah, that could have been. Yeah. All right. Tomorrow we'll be at Centene for Andrew Marsh, our guy Carey Davis, who's off for the weekend. For Jamie Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. See ya.